In Game 1 yesterday, SMS starter Brad Ziegler handcuffed the Huskers in a 4-2 loss. But late last night versus Eastern Michigan, Nebraska rallied with a long ball. 5 home runs, including a grand slam from Curtis Ledbetter. More than enough for freshman Zach Kroenke, who pitched Nebraska to an 18-2 win over the Eagles. The Super Regional hangs in the balance next. Matt Daga sends it deep to right. Look at the dive by Rebels to keep it going. Smack this one, this could go.
Hey, there's no mercy in this sport.
Morris slices it towards the gap. It's all the way to the wall. NETV Sports, in association with College Sports Television, is live from Hawks Field at Haymarket Park in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2003 NCAA Baseball Regionals. Today, it's the 9th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Southwest Missouri State Bears. Hi again, everybody. I'm Kevin Kugler, and welcome to Hawks Field, Haymarket Park in Lincoln, Nebraska. As Yogi Berra once said, it's deja vu all over again. Last year at this time, SMS and Nebraska met for a regional championship. 1 year later, here they are again, meeting for another regional championship. The difference this year, SMS comes in the driver's seat, 1 win, and they move on. Nebraska, the #1 seed in the region, needs to win twice today to move on to the Super Regionals. Working with me, my partner Adrian Fiala. No question, Aid, stakes very high for both teams today.
Kevin, really is. Today is moving day for one of these two teams, and you know, when you play at this competitive level, every now and then you have to reach down and really pull one out. SMS has it right there in front of them. They can just kind of pick it off. Nebraska's got to win too, as you said, so they really have to reach down and pull one out today. They have the ability to do it, but whether or not that's going to happen, we'll see.
Well, 2 veterans on the mound. SMS and Nebraska send 2 guys who've been in situations like this before.
SMS, Jeff Gray on the mound of junior right-handers, had a tough start this year. He's come on pretty well here at the end. We'll see what he can do. The fortunes of SMS rest on his arm. Jamie Rodriguez, he has had a brilliant but modeled career here at Nebraska. He got Nebraska to the College World Series 2 years ago with that great relief work against Rice. He's battled injuries this year, a bicep and a knee, Kevin, but he is ready to go. He's got 1 big game left in him, and he hopes that that's today.
Plenty of storylines in this game all afternoon long. Larry Putney will be following those. He's with us now. Larry?
Well, Kevin, the Huskers did not get out of here until very late last night, almost midnight. They were back here early this morning at 9 a.m., so a very short night for the Huskers. But before they left, the coaches kind of gathered them together and had 2 messages. First, Mike Anderson said SMS celebrated that regional championship right here on our field yesterday. What they forgot is they have to play us again today. Rob Childress said, guys, when we win the first one, we will win the second one.
Well, you like the confidence. It's the Bears and the Huskers in the 2003 NCAA Regionals coming up in a moment on NETV Sports and College Sports Television. Lincoln, Nebraska's Hawks Field at Haymarket Park. Partly cloudy day today. A very nice day, though, for baseball, and a good crowd on hand again as Nebraska, the #1 seed, with their backs against the wall, as they will be the home team today in the home whites. They need 2 wins to make their 4th consecutive Super Regional. SMS stands in their way. Let's look at the forecast, your weather as it stands right now for this baseball game. You see the wind, a little bit of a factor today. 74 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Wind at the south-southeast at 14 miles per hour and a 49% humidity. We were down on the field earlier trying to determine if the wind was blowing out to left or more across, and I guess you come up with a crosswind, and we'll see how that affects the hitters today. Let's look at the lineup for the Bears of Southwest Missouri State. Dante Brinkley will lead it off. Brooks Colvin batting second. Rick Wilson hits third. Clay Wheeler bats cleanup. Sean Markham, the shortstop, batting fifth. Greg Mathis batting sixth. Tony Piazza, the catcher, bats seventh. Adam Hummel will bat eighth. And Scott Nasby, the first baseman, bats ninth for SMS. Nebraska defensively looks like this in the outfield. Curtis Ledbetter in left. Jeff Lisey in center. Daniel Bruce in right. On the infield, Alex Gordon at third. Joe Simikaitis at short. Jake Mullinax at second. Matt Hopper at first. John Gross behind the plate. And on the hill, the veteran left-hander Jamie Rodriguez, who has made some of his biggest starts and biggest performances in situations just like this.
In big games, Kevin, he seems to pitch well in big games. We talked about that just a moment ago. He opened against Rice a couple of years ago in the Super Regional. Came on in relief, 6 2/3. There you see his current numbers, but again, bear in mind he has been off the playing field for a number of weeks, nursing a bicep injury and also a knee injury, but he pitches well in big games, Kevin.
Earlier today, Mike Anderson spoke about Jamie Rodriguez.
Jamie's a fastball, changeup. He's developed a curveball left-hander. He gets that changeup thrown for strikes. He's going to be good today.
1-1 in his postseason career. Jamie Rodriguez, 3.47 earned run average in 6 games in the postseason. 5 of those starts. In fact, the only relief appearance, maybe his best postseason performance. 6 2/3 in the Super Regional 2 years ago against the Rice Owls. He got the no decision, but he kept Nebraska in the game, of a game they eventually won.
Exactly, Kevin. Again, that 6 2/3 innings relief, 7 strikeouts. First batter going to be Dante Brinkley, but Jamie Rodriguez lives and dies with a changeup, and if that changeup is working and he's hitting that spot, he's extremely tough.
Brinkley, first pitch swinging, fouls it away, and we are underway in game 1 of what may or may not be 2 games today in Lincoln, Nebraska. SMS hoping that it's just 1, and Dante Brinkley, a big part of the attack of SMS. 349 hitter, 7 homers, 41 RBI. And Brinkley looks at a pitch just outside for a ball, 1-1. Home plate umpire today is Ken Grackner. He'll call the balls and strikes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wave and a miss, strike 2, and 1-2 the count on Dante Brinkley.
Curveball coming right to the outside, and Brinkley, again, that ball's out of the zone. Brinkley went for it.
The 1-2 from Rodriguez. 2-2 now on Dante Brinkley. Hitting .346 in his time here in Lincoln the last couple of years. Combining last year's regional and this year's regional. 7 RBI, 4 stolen bases. Brinkley comfortable here in this ballpark. The 2-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. And Brinkley down on strikes to start the ball game.
Important start for Jamie Rodriguez. Dante Brinkley is a guy that, first of all, you don't want him on base because he likes to run. He can move it around. He has 22 stolen bases, so you keep him off. You keep the leadoff hitter off the bags, and secondly, you just start the game the way you ought to start it as a pitcher, and that is record that first out.
There's the umpires. Ken Grackner behind the plate, Kevin Gilmore at first, John Thomas at second, Darrell Mason at third. Strike 1 to Brooks Colvin, 284 hitter, third baseman for the Bears with 1 homer, 41 RBI. Hitting .409 in his time in Lincoln over the last 2 years. And down the line, that's a fair ball for Colvin. He'll round first. He's on his way to second, and he'll have a double. Problems in left field. He'll round second, and he'll hold up right there as Ledbetter tracked it down. Colvin had a notion, but Ledbetter got it back in, and he'll stay in a 1-out double.
Ball bounced around down in that corner down there. Ledbetter trying to give chase as Colvin takes a fastball coming in, and he drills it right down the line. Alex Gordon, not a chance there. Ball hit too well. And now the fun begins down there in the corner. Ledbetter overran the ball just a little bit. That ball bounced off of that netting down there a little bit stronger than what he thought it would. And then it's fortunate that Colvin not working his way down to third base. Fortunate for the Huskers, but unfortunate for SMS.
Rick Wilson, 273 on the year, 3 homers, 31 RBI. And he looks at a pitch low and outside for a ball. 1-0 on Rick Wilson out of Blue Springs, Missouri. He was a teammate not only here at SMS with his catcher Tony Piazza. They both came to SMS from Garden City Community College. 2 real good pickups for head coach Keith Gutton.
Rode in the same car, didn't they?
I would imagine they did. Chopper on the ground. That'll be an easy play for Matt Hopper. Second out recorded as Colvin scoots over to third.
Matt Hopper, nice easy little bouncer to Matty over there. But in the process, Colvin moves down to third, which creates a scoring opportunity in a lot of ways down there. So it's up to Rodriguez and his catcher back there, John Gross. Keep that in check. Of course, SMS would like to get on the board here right away to show the Huskers that they mean business today.
First pitch to Clay Wheeler, skied to right field in foul ground. Daniel Bruce on his horse. He will not get there. 1 strike on Wheeler. Long run for Daniel Bruce. He's got great speed, but would have needed Tasmanian devil type speed to get over for that one.
He was hoping perhaps having that wind, or Kevin, that wind would keep it up. The wind is blowing across from right field to left field, but ball just died very quickly.
The 0-1 to Wheeler. Trying for that outside corner. Not there, says home plate umpire Ken Grackner. 1-1.
That was a changeup from Rodriguez. And again, if he's spotting that changeup, the right places in command of that, he's extremely tough.
Ball and a strike to Wheeler. 2-1 now on the former Kansas Jayhawk. Clay Wheeler played 2 years there, then moved over to SMS for his junior and senior seasons. A little bit closer to home. He's a native of Branson, Missouri. The 2-1. 3-1 now on Wheeler. Waiting on deck, Sean Markham, who did a number on Nebraska as the relief pitcher yesterday. Shut down the Huskers, 1 hit over 3 innings. Head coach Keith Gutton in his 21st season as an SMS Bear. On the ground, should be out of the inning. Mullinax boots it, throw to first, and they still got him. Mullinax stayed with the play and had enough time with Wheeler running to throw him out, and that retires the Bears in inning number 1.
Well hit ball. Should be an easy play for Jake Mullinax at second base, but a little pregame jitter here. Fritters right out of his glove, but again, just in time to get the runner going down to first base. Clay Wheeler. Good poise by Mullinax to stay with it.
Wheeler, once he saw the boot, kicked it into overdrive and came out a little bit slow out of the box. If he's running full bore all the way out, he's probably going to beat the play. So no runs across in the first for SMS, and now Nebraska will get a chance to take some swings. And let's look at the lineup for the 46-17 Nebraska Cornhuskers. Jeff Lisey leads it off. Joe Simakaitis batting second. Matt Hopper and then Alex Gordon 3 and 4 in the Nebraska lineup. Curtis Ledbetter bats fifth. Daniel Bruce will bat sixth. Joe Gully in the DH today. He'll bat seventh. John Gross, the catcher, batting eighth. And Jake Mullinax, who's had a great regional, he bats ninth for Nebraska. Defensively for the Bears of SMS, Rick Wilson in left, Dante Brinkley in center, Greg Mathis in right, Brooks Colvin at third, Sean Markham the shortstop, Adam Pummel at second, Scott Nasby at first, Tony Piazza behind the plate, and on the mound, 6'2", 205-pound junior right-hander Jeff Gray.
Jeff Gray from Chesterfield, Missouri, just outside of St. Louis. There are the current numbers on Jeff. 5-2 with a 5.8 earned run average. You don't like to have an ERA that high at this stage, but he's had some trouble this year. Had a tough start, but again evened out. Last time out was in the tournament, Missouri Valley tournament against Southern Illinois. Roughed up very quick, just lasted an inning and a third, gave up 6 hits and 5 runs.
Jeff Gray, the starter. Keith Gutton spoke about his starter earlier on.
Well, Jeff Gray's been our starter in the number 3 spot in the league. He's 5-2. He comes at you with fastball, curve, slider, and change, 4 basic pitches. And key for him to be is he's got to throw strikes like anybody else.
Jeff Gray, SMS does have on conference weekends in the Valley. There's 4 starters needed. They play 4 conference games a weekend, so playing extra games in a regional, not a big tax on the pitching staff. Jeff Lisey, the leadoff man for Nebraska, 335 on the year, 7 homers, 36 RBI. And the first pitch to Nebraska's left-hander is in there for a strike. 0-1, and we are underway in the bottom of the first inning. Good look at Jeff Gray and a good look at strike 1.
It's good fastball, right above the belt. Good pitch, good strike. Good way to start.
The 0-1 to Lisey, strike 2 called. Jeff has not had a great regional, although he did do a pretty good job last night. He was handcuffed against SMS yesterday, though, went 0 for 5. Very rare for Lisey to have a day like that. 1-2 on the senior from Omaha.
5 for 17 in total in this tournament. Mike Anderson, the head coach at Nebraska, Big 12 Coach of the Year in his first season. Congratulations to Mike.
The 1-2. 2-2 the count on Lisey. Lisey, Simakaitis, and Hopper. And while Lisey has had an up and down regional, it's all been up for Matt Hopper with 4 home runs already in the regional. Hopper due up third, waiting for his chance to swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lisey. And the count runs full, 3-2. Jeff's got a great eye at the plate. He has been one of the nation's top leadoff men over the past few years. And he's showing that eye in this at-bat.
Gray trying to bring home that curveball that goes 12-6 that we talked about last night. Sometimes it works, and here we'll see the fastball.
Lisey sends that one to left. Rick Wilson circling a bit, makes the catch for the first down. So 1 down in the Husker half of the first inning as Lizzie flies out on a 3-2 pitch, and now Joe Simakaitis will stand in. Joe down to 287 in the average. He had a rough outing last night, Abe. Everybody else was hitting. Joe was not really.
1 for 6 last night against Eastern Michigan, 1 for 4 yesterday against SMS, and then just 1 for 4 against Eastern Michigan also. So he in that first game, so he's had a tough tournament, no doubt about it. But again, hitting for him is a bonus for the team. They really want him to play defense and control the middle infield, and that's what he does.
1-1 on Simakaitis.
Kevin, we need to keep in mind here about Jeff Gray as we take another look here. Looked like a slider. He doesn't throw many sliders, but that looked like a slider right on that outside corner. He's going to stick with that curveball for the most part. Fastball right there. That fastball will top out around 88, 89, 90 right in there. But Gray had a great outing about a month ago against Indiana State. Pitched 7 innings, gave up just 1 hit and no runs in that outing, and got the 10-0 win. So he can get the job done if it's right. So there's a well-hit ball.
Simakaitis sends it to center. Dante Brinkley out there, coming out to second baseman Pummel, and he'll make the catch for the second out.
It was hit hard, but straight up.
Pummel makes the grab, and the second out of the inning is recorded. Joe Simakaitis popping out in shallow center to Adam Pummel.
You know, you see a pitcher like Gray one time through the lineup. He throws a good hard fastball. Saw it again right there. If he can mix that curveball in, he's going to be very tough. He's got a good 12-6 that just drops straight down. But Kevin, if he's not on with that and he has to rely on that fastball, Nebraska's hitters could really have a good day.
382 hitting Matt Hopper up, 22 homers, 64 RBI, the leader in the Big 12, not only this season but in his career, with 64 home runs as a collegiate. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the first, no score. 1-1 on Hopper. Jeff Gray pitched here last year, 6 2/3 innings against Marist, allowed just 1 earned run in getting the win for SMS. So he has had success, as Adrian mentioned, in the conference and also on this very mound. 2-1 on Hopper. They'll be very careful with Matt Hopper all day. Alex Gordon waiting on deck.
Gray had a good year last year, 7-2 overall, and also second team All Missouri Conference player. And as Kevin mentioned, a very good success in the tournament.
3 balls, 1 strike on Matt Hopper. Hopper has walked 52 times this year. Has recorded 86 hits in 225 at-bats. 3 balls, 1 strike. Low ball 4, and Hopper draws a 2-out walk and becomes Nebraska's first base runner. They were very careful with Matt Hopper.
Just going to say that might be a common sight today with Matt Hopper at the plate, but as we talked about a time or two yesterday, when you get by Hopper, you have Alex Gordon. You get by Alex Gordon, you have Curtis Ledbetter. You get by Curtis Ledbetter, you have Daniel Bruce, and on and on and on. 4 power guys that can drive the baseball. We saw that happen last night against Eastern Michigan, game 2. So it doesn't get much better when you put Hopper on the bags.
Matt Hopper not a threat to run, 5 out of 6 in the stolen base department. 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. No score here between Nebraska and SMS, and strike 1 thrown to Alex Gordon. The freshman third baseman for Nebraska, a .324 hitter this year. 7 homers, 48 RBI.
That curveball, excellent curveball, as I said earlier, that baby's working for Gray. He's tough.
Smoked up the middle, that's a base hit. Hopper will hold at second, and Nebraska with a 2-out rally.
Freshman from Lincoln Southeast, Alex Gordon, nails it right back through the middle. And that was the fastball. It looked like either that or a curveball that just didn't break at all, but I believe that was the fastball. And as I mentioned a moment ago, you're going to try to throw dead fastball against these hitters, you got problems.
Curtis Ledbetter last night, a grand slam home run, his 3rd grand slam of the year. .352 hitter, 13 homers, 53 RBI. 2 down in the inning, 2 on for Nebraska. And high for ball 1 to Ledbetter. Jeff Gray, a 2-out walk to Hopper, then the single by Alex Gordon. has him in a little bit of a jam here in the first inning. One ball, no strikes. Strike one called, 1-1. Curtis Ledbetter wanting to know where the pitch was. Home plate umpire Ken Greckner says strike.
Fastball looked like it just nipped that right side corner. Starting out a little bit outside the plate, coming back in. A little two-seam action.
One ball, one strike. Breaking pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now on Ledbetter from Lawrence, Kansas. Curtis Ledbetter played a year at Garden City Community College. Same place that we see a couple of SMS Bears, including the catcher Piazza. Spent some time there as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Strike 2 called. Good fastball on that outside corner.
Ledbetter talking to himself right now, thinking, why did I go after that one? Good pitch, outside corner. Curtis a little bit back in the box, and now we're going to have a conference out there between the catcher Piazza and Jeff Gray. Again, runner on second base. Perhaps a sign matter, or telling something about the hitter. Lots of different things can go on in those conversations, but usually it's a sign matter to make sure you get the sign straight, especially with this count, with a 2-2 count on one of the power hitters for Nebraska.
Matt Hopper at second, Alex Gordon at first. We're in the bottom of the first, no score between Nebraska and Southwest Missouri State. Ledbetter to right field. Mathis right in his tracks. Makes the catch, and that retires Nebraska in the first inning. Through 1 in Lincoln in the NCAA Regionals. No score between SMS and Nebraska. No scores. We head to the top of the second inning from Lincoln. It is the NCAA Regional Championships today. SMS needs just 1 win to move on. Nebraska must win twice to move on to the Super Regional. If you've never been to Hawks Field, here's the dimensions of Hawks Field at Haymarket Park. Down the left field line, 335, 403 to left center, 395 to dead center, 400 to the right center, and 325 down that right field line. It's an inviting short porch on the right field line. We've only seen 1 or 2 home runs go out along that right field line, though, in this regional. Markham, Mathis, and Piazza, 5, 6, and 7 for the Bears here in the second. Markham, a .270 hitter, attacks that first pitch and fouls it away. No balls and a strike on the senior from Excelsior Springs, Missouri, Sean Markham.
Got his start at the University of Missouri, a team that qualified for regional play this year, and I believe were eliminated yesterday. But again, well done on the Tigers' part to get to the regional tournament. That's a feather in their hat.
1-1 on Sean Markham. Jamie Rodrigue, the senior left-hander, delivers the 1-1. Strike 2 called. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sean Markham. A lot on the shoulders of Rodrigue. He's looked sharp early.
Sidearm fastball there, and again, you're used to seeing that pitch coming at about the 3/4 slot from Jamie Rodrigue, and then he rears back and fires from the sidearm with pretty good heat, quite frankly, and had the hitter Markham fooled to the extent he took the strike, and Jamie came back with another pitch. It was a ball for a 2-2 count now.
Chopped foul. It'll stay 2-2. Jamie Rodrigue has pitched really 1 time in the last month and a half. He pitched against Baylor on May 24th. Down at the Big 12 tournament, came in relief, 3 2/3 innings, allowed just 1 run, struck out 6. Really his best performance in a very long time. He's not gone longer than 5 2/3 innings this year. Chopper on the ground. Nice pickup by Rodrigue. Throw to first, and Markham is retired.
And after you haven't played very much through the course of the season, that kind of play there can sometimes be a problem. But Jamie handled it well. Sometimes you lose the balance, or you're just not really ready for that kind of play. But Jamie handled this well, made a nice play on it, and got the first out here.
Greg Mathis, the batter, 2 for 8 in the tournament, 319 overall in the year. 4 homers, but none since March 30th for the senior, the right fielder for the Bears.
Breaking pitch, changeup, outside corner, nicely done.
The 0-1. Strike 2 called on that outside corner. Good fastball.
It would appear from these first 2 innings here, Kevin, that Jamie Rodriguez spotting his pitches well, trying to get one right to the outside corner and make that hitter go. But good patience shown by Greg Mathis, the hitter. Determined it was going to be outside. It was.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2 now. On the batter, Greg Mathis. Tony Piazza waiting on deck.
I talked to John Gross a little bit before the game, Nebraska catcher, and he said he felt Rodriguez was really ready to go today. Good session in the pen with him. There's John. He's another fire plug for this team.
Up the middle, Simakaitis on the short hop. Nice pickup. Throw to first in time with a nice dig from Matt Hopper. Good play on both ends.
You talk about quick hands. There's a pair of them right there, Joe Simakaitis. It's a tough ball to handle, gang. A bounder. Simmel's going to come over and just scoops it. That's just great quick hands. And then Matt Hopper, also the good hands over there at first base to make the play and record the second out.
Tony Piazza, the batter, with 2 down, nobody on, top of the second. Strike 1 to the catcher from Cody, Wyoming, who has not felt very comfortable in Haymarket Park. In the last 2 years, he's 3 for 21 here in Lincoln. A 143 average. One of those hits coming yesterday. He was 1 for 3 against the Huskers in their first meeting yesterday afternoon.
You better be careful with Tony Piazza. He can swing a power bat on you. Looking for the big fly right there. Good pitch by Rodriguez. A little bit low away and down here. Good break.
Piazza swinging for the fences. Let up at the end. The 1-2. 2-2 now on Piazza. He will strike out. He's struck out 60 times this year. He's a free swinger. Keith Gutton hoping that his catcher can keep this inning alive. Maybe send one over the fence. The 2-2. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. Nope, just fouled it off. Just got a piece of it. Gross was headed for the dugout.
Gross got a piece of it too.
Afraid so. John will take a moment to walk.
These are occupational hazards right here. It's not like the song Jimmy Buffett has. Occupational hazards mean occupation not around. It's there, right there.
Afraid if John Gross is singing any songs right now, he's singing soprano.
He's okay. Look at me smiling.
John not really discussing strategy with Jamie Rodriguez at all.
It's like, Jamie, you win this game and we get out of this thing. We're going downtown later on and have dinner and celebrate.
With a large ice pack.
There you go.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on and no score here top of the second. That's not easy being a catcher.
It hurts, but you know what, Kevin? After a while, you kind of get used to some of that.
I don't know if I'd ever get used to that. Strike 3. Piazza out swinging the second strikeout of the day for Rodriguez. No score in Lincoln.
Now we're back at Hawks Field. No score as we head to the bottom of the second between SMS and Nebraska. Joining me now, Mike and Leslie Gray, parents of Jeff Gray, who's out on the mound. How's your son doing so far?
So far, so good. Out of the first inning, Nebraska's got a powerful lineup, so we're anxious for the second inning to get started.
Now, Mike, can you tell when he's out there early, can you tell what kind of day he's going to have? Can you pick up clues from body language?
He looks pretty smooth today. Pretty seamless to me so far, and his control looks good. He looks like he's hitting his spots really well.
This is just another number 3 start for him, really.
Right, you bet. Well, it's bigger than that. You know, obviously, there's a lot of Go Big Red here, and it's a beautiful place to play ball, so we're happy to be here.
Mike, thanks very much. Good luck.
Just another number 3 start. The difference, if you win this one, you're on your way to the Super Regionals.
Well, his son had a good summer this past summer. Got a lot of nice looks from some of the pro people. They like his size. They like his ability to throw that fastball at about 90 miles an hour. And I think maybe he has a good future in terms of relief work in professional baseball. So he just has to stay away from the injury bug. He had a couple of injuries early this year that limited his performance. Got most of that back now, and here he is in the finals of the regional.
Bruce down the line. That's a fair ball. Bruce on the run around first. He's on his way to second. Here comes the throw. Daniel Bruce is in there safely with a leadoff double.
Got a little bit of a problem on the turn at first base. Just a little bit of a glitch over there. But Daniel Bruce, with that speed, able to make up for it. As Rick Wilson, the left fielder, fields the ball, comes a long way to field it. But Bruce, with that speed, sliding into second base, leads off with a double.
That may not be a double if Colvin doesn't slow it down. He got a glove on it, and it slowed it into left field and forced Wilson to make a long run to get that ball. So Bruce at second base after a slow rolling double down the third base line, and Joe Gullion with a chance here for Nebraska to plate the first run. Gullion looks, tries to bunt, and it's low for a ball. 1-0 the count. You heard Mike Anderson say earlier, we want to get out in front early in this game. It's important to get an early lead, give his team some confidence, and make SMS feel like they might be on the ropes a little bit here on the road, despite the fact that they're in the driver's seat. Although SMS has been a very confident bunch since they got to Lincoln. They felt like their experience in the regional last year would do them a lot of good this year. 1-0. Gullion gets the bunt down, and it's foul. 1-1 the count.
Trying to get that runner over, Joe Gullion. He really would like to go ahead and swing away. Lately, he has been hitting the ball extremely well. Joe Gullion, the junior out of Leawood, Kansas, used primarily as a pinch hitter this year. But today, in the DH position, he is hit well here in the tournament. 3 for 5 in the first game.
1 ball, 1 strike. Gullion squares. Instead, Gray will turn and whirl. No throw. Daniel Bruce, good speed. Showed it a little bit on that run for the double. 8 for 13 in the stolen base department. If Gullion gets it down, Bruce will have a good lead, and he'll make his way to third. The 1-1. Bruce does get it down hard, right back at the pitcher, Gray. He'll throw to third. The tag safe. Daniel Bruce is in, and everybody's safe. A risky play by Gray, and it comes back to haunt the Bears as everybody's safe with nobody out.
Brooks Colvin over there at third base, hanging back with a bunt as Gullion tries to get that ball by the pitcher on the right side to bring Colvin in. Didn't happen, and Gray gets off the mound. Here's the play again. He must have just flat missed the tag, because I thought for sure he was dead at third base.
Well, the ball certainly beat him, but third base umpire Darrell Mason says no.
That ball needs to be closer to the line, and his feet are in there before the tag's applied, so Colvin just was late with the tag.
And a golden opportunity for Nebraska here in the second. 2 on, nobody out, and Gross wraps a single into left field. Nebraska leads it 1-0 as Daniel Bruce comes home with the first run of the day.
John Gross loves to go after that first pitch, and you know in baseball a lot of times that's the best one you see. He went after that first pitch, the ball a little bit up, but he just tommyhawked it right into left field and brought in Daniel Bruce from second base, and the Huskers go up 1-0.
Nebraska now with the lead, 1-0. Gets the crowd into it here in Lincoln. Jake Mullinak's the number 9 hitter due up as John Gross comes through with a single. And the team captain does what a team captain is supposed to do, pick up his team. Nobody out, 2 on, and 1 run in for Nebraska.
Kevin, you talk about hot bats. This young man in this tournament has a hot bat. 7 for 9 in 3 ball games. Didn't play against SMS the first time around, but he's in the lineup today.
Shows bunt, puts it down. It's a good one. They look to third, nowhere to go. The throw to first, and Mullinax with the sacrifice moves the runners over. So now 2 in scoring position with 1 out in the top of the order coming up.
But that is Nebraska baseball right there, in spite of the fact Jake Mullinax with the hot bat in the tournament. As you see the action, they move the runners up. He moves the runners up to second and third. Again, as we said earlier on, lots of different ways to score from third base. Huskers looking for one of those ways right now with Lisey at the plate.
Jeff Lisey flied out his first time up to left field. 0 for 1 on the day. Lisey with 36 RBI on the year, a .335 average coming in. Strike 1 called. Gray delivers a good first pitch, and Lisey down 0-1. Jeff Lisey 2 years ago was phenomenal in the regional. Hit .538 in the regional. couple of home runs as well. .317 career hitter in postseason play. No balls, 1 strike. Lizzie bunts. Beautiful bunt down the first base side. The throw to the plate. Safe. Everybody's safe as Gullian's in under the tag.
Scott Nasby, the first baseman, charging in. Lizzie drops it down there. He wanted to just dent it just a little bit more, but he gets down the line. He's going to be safe at first. But then here comes Gullian. And this is a dangerous slide, but he makes it and gets the run in. And the Huskers have another one here. 2 runs for Nebraska. Bottom of the second inning.
Lizzie reaching on the fielder's choice. First and third, now 1 out. And Lizzie certainly a threat to go over at first. 20 stolen bases on the year. 2-0 Nebraska as Joe Simakaitis 0 for 1 on the day. Looks at the first pitch from Gray. Thought about a bunt. It was down low for a ball. 1-0. Huskers playing small ball here in this second inning, and they plated 2 runs. And Keith Gutton will make the walk out to the mound. No activity in either bullpen. This is a strategy session for the head coach, Keith Gutton.
It's a strategy session, Kevin, and also a composure session. He wants to get his team together, talk things over here a little bit, settle things down, get them back to playing the sort of baseball they know how to play. It's a good move, that is, by Gutton to come on out. Brooks Coleman's going to join it late. He's a little disappointed with himself too because of that tag. Andy Sawyer's talking with Jeff Lizzie over at first base right now. Andy, an early departure last night. He plans to be around all day today. We talked to him earlier, and he's ready to go. He's in for the long haul today.
There's Andy Sawyers, Nebraska's first-year assistant. Got ejected in the 3rd inning yesterday. Watched most of the game from the comforts of Nebraska's clubhouse.
Played at Nebraska in 97 and 98. Catcher. Has his master's degree now.
Simakaitis base hit with Lizzie on the move. He'll round second. Lizzie on his way to third. Here comes the throw. He's in there safely. On the play, Simakaitis trying to go to second, and he's safe. 3-0 Nebraska.
You just got a good example of what aggressive base running does. As Simakaitis drills that first pitch through the left side. 1 run in easy, and now the play at third base. But again, aggressive base running you've got to make perfect throws to throw people out. Didn't happen in either case here, but again, aggressive base running will do that, and it unnerves the team.
3-0 Nebraska. The base hit for Simakaitis gives him an RBI, and now Matt Hopper looks at strike 1. RBI number 37 on the year for Joe Simakaitis. And Hopper, who walked in the first, with a chance to really do some damage here. Runners at second and third, 1 down, 3 in the second. Oh, big rip and a miss from Hopper, but he comes up empty on a great breaking ball from Jeff Gray.
They've got an empty base here, so they're going to be extremely careful. This is the 12-6 curveball we talked about a moment ago. They don't want to get too cute with Matt Hopper. They don't want to give him a ball anywhere close to where he can get to it, or a good pitch to hit.
Best curve of the day there by Gray.
See, that's up and out. Just kind of keep track of where these things go here in this series. Because with that open base, you just want to be sure that Matt cannot hurt you. So if it needs to be, put him on that open base.
Gray in the driver's seated 1-2. 2-2 now on Hopper. Trying to make Hopper chase on the outside corner, but he could not coax the senior to take a hack. 2-2 now on Hopper. 1 down. Second and third for Nebraska with a 3-0 lead. 3 runs on 4 hits. Hopper will squib down the first baseline. The count will hold at 2-2.
So far, all breaking pitches saved 1, and that was a high heater up and out of the zone. So again, being very ginger with Matt Hopper. A young man who was in his career at Nebraska has hit 64 home runs, 4 of those coming in regional play, and 2 of them monsters last night.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gray taking his time. And the 2-2. Ball 3, high and outside. The count is full, and Hopper has worked through a good at-bat here.
Absolutely, Kevin. You know, the idea here, obviously, for SMS is to just keep the ball away from Matt. You throw the breaking pitches or the fastballs away, and no chance to hit.
Hopper, line drive, base hit into left field. Lizzie will score. Simakaitis right on his tail. Here comes the throw to the plate. He's in there safely. Hopper moves up to second on the play, and it's 5-0 Nebraska.
Matt Hopper takes a curveball. The good curveball that Gray has. See it there, 12-6 breaking down, but he just got up just a little bit on the pitch, and he's able to drive it. They drive it right through the left side. They play 2 more runs as the Huskers played 5 here thus far, and they're still at bat.
Still just 1 out for Alex Gordon, who singled in the first, and activity will begin in the SMS bullpen as Paul Marsala begins the trot down. 1 down, bottom of the second. And a chopped foul, 0-1. Nebraska has already scored more than they did yesterday against SMS, and they're 1 hit shy of their game total yesterday. Shows the job that Brad Ziegler did as the starter for SMS yesterday.
You got that curveball coming at you like Matt Hopper did, and you want to try to get it before it starts to go down. Get it right at the top there, and he did. Yeah, when you go after it and when it starts to break, it's very, very difficult to hit it. Fastball outside to Alex Gordon, but again, as a hitter, you want to try to get up just a little bit, get the curveball at the top, and make your play then. As we see activity in the bullpen, that's Paul Marsala in the bullpen.
2-1 on Alex Gordon, Nebraska's third baseman, the single in the first. His 68th hit of the year. Gordon ready to go with Hopper out at second. 2 balls and a strike, 1 down in a long bottom of the second for Gray, and he chops it foul. 2-2 now on Gordon. Jeff Gray has thrown a lot of pitches in this second. Nebraska has played station to station baseball. They've been very aggressive on the base paths, and they have broken open a scoreless game with 5 runs across.
You get a little bit of a lead in a ball game as Alex hits one out to the shortstop. That's Markham out there.
Easy play for Markham. Hopper moves over to third, and 2 down in the inning.
You get a little bit of a lead early in the game as you see Gray again trying to get that curveball by the hitter, Alex Gordon. Get that lead, get a 2-run lead, Kevin, maybe a 3-run lead, and then you can do those kind of things on the base paths. You can continue to run aggressively and make the other team make the throws, make those perfect throws. Lots of times it just doesn't work that way. We saw it happen here 2 or 3 times already. Late in the game, it's a tight game, close game, perhaps not quite as aggressive, but early in the game you can afford to do that.
Ledbetter waits for the first pitch to Curtis, down low for a ball.
Umpire at third base is Darrell Mason.
It's no pitch is what they're saying right now. A ball had snuck out from the stands. Some kids were playing ball on the berm. It rolled out onto the field, and Greg Mathis had to go get it. So Ledbetter even in the count again at no balls and no strikes.
I thought maybe over behind Mason down that third baseline, Jamie Rodriguez over there. Try to stay loose.
Ledbetter still 1-0 now on Curtis Ledbetter. Ledbetter flied out to end the first inning. He is the 9th Husker to bat here in the second. 5 runs across. Matt Hopper at third, representing the 6th run. .352 hitter Curtis Ledbetter with 53 RBI, make it 54 as he sends a single to left, and it's 6-0 Nebraska.
Another hot bat, and that Nebraska lineup belongs to Curtis Ledbetter. He was 4 for 5 against Eastern Michigan in the first game, 1 for 3 last night. You see him here just drill one into left field and bring home Hopper from third base. Lengthen the lead to 6-0 now for Nebraska.
Huskers have batted around here in the second. Daniel Bruce started this whole thing off with a double to left. 6-0 NU. And a pitch in there for a strike to Daniel Bruce. Bruce on the day, 1 for 1 with that double and a run scored. Matt Hopper comes in for the 6th run of the day as Curtis Ledbetter drives in his 54th run of the year. (6-0) Nebraska. And strike 2 called on Daniel Bruce.
Curveball again from Jeff Gray. That's his pitch. As we've talked about it probably ad nauseum here, but that is indeed his pitch. And when he wants to get somebody out, he's going to try to throw that good 12-6 curveball.
Strike 3 called. Daniel Bruce is out on strikes to end the 2nd inning. A big inning for Nebraska. 6 runs on 5 hits. They leave 1. 6-0 Big Red. Six runs in the bottom of the 2nd, and Nebraska leads it 6-0 over SMS. Want to welcome you if you're joining us on college sports television today. We at NETV Sports have been so excited and happy to be part of the new college sports television across this country. We're very excited about the future, and it's great for college baseball that college sports television has taken such an active role in promoting college baseball. Several of the NCAA regionals have been on throughout this NCAA regional weekend, and we're excited to be part of that here at Hawks Field in Lincoln. A beautiful day for baseball. 6-0 Nebraska leading, and now SMS with some work to do against Jamie Rodriguez, who sat for a very long time in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
He did, Kevin, but about 2 hitters before the end of the inning, he was down the left field line playing a little short toss down there. So again, trying to stay loose, stay warm, be ready to go. He has a 6-run lead now. Cut loose, throw strikes, and make it work for Jamie Rodriguez. What they're trying to do is the first hitter, Adam Pummel, tries to create offense for SMS, get on base, drop one down. Good effort. Just fouled it back.
Adam Pummel, switch hitter, freshman from Leawood, Kansas. He's a natural right-handed hitter, and so he doesn't mind seeing a lefty on the mound. He'll hit from his natural side. He's battled some shoulder injuries throughout the year. Pretty much healthy right now, and he wraps a single into right field to lead off the inning for SMS. Good start for the Bears. Down 6 runs. They want to answer here with something. A couple of runs. They don't need to get it all back in one inning, but the Bears really want to put something together against Rodriguez in the 3rd.
Pummel, that switch hitter, he's always going to see that breaking pitch coming into him, as we saw in that at bat. They have just one left-handed hitter in their lineup, everybody else from the right side.
First pitch to Scott Nasby, strike 1 to the first baseman today for the SMS Bears. A .241 hitter, 1 homer, 6 RBI for Nasby. Went 3 for 4 on Friday night, but 0 for 4 against Nebraska yesterday in Aaron Marsden. The 0-1. Fouled it off. 0-2 now on Nasby. Back to the top of the order next with Dante Brinkley waiting on deck.
Every time out, you want to keep that leadoff hitter off the bases. But sometimes this doesn't go that way. As a team, you just need to put it behind you. Of course, an SMS is just looking to keep people on the bases and get it started as Rodriguez checks the runner Pummel over at first.
Jamie Rodriguez, senior left-hander whose career has been so up and down. This year mainly down for the senior. 0-1, a 6.98 earned run average. And strike 3 called. Nasby the first down of the 3rd, and the 3rd strikeout for Jamie Rodriguez.
But that changeup mixed right to the outside corner. There it is, and Nasby just not able to get there. Looks at it for the strikeout.
1 out now for Dante Brinkley. He struck out to open the ball game for the Bears. 1 on, 1 out. Strike 1 to Dante Brinkley. .349 comes in on a 16-game hitting streak. During the streak, hitting a robust .415 with 21 RBI in the 16 games. So he is red hot at the top of that order. 0-1 to Brinkley. Strike 2 swinging.
And Kevin, what has made it doubly difficult for Jamie Rodriguez, we see the breaking pitch down low that Brinkley goes after, is that this year he was elected the captain. And to have the things that have happened to him this season and not really be able to contribute all year as a captain, that's just doubly difficult. But he just kept the chin up and kept moving ahead and trying to get well and get better, and here he is.
No balls, 2 strikes. Brinkley right up the middle. That's a base hit on an 0-2 pitch. And the Bears have something brewing here in the third. 1 out and 2 on as Dante Brinkley now with a 17-game hitting streak.
He is an excellent hitter, no question about it. We've seen him over the years. That was a curveball coming right into him. Again, the advantage of this lineup, all right-handed hitters except for one. And Brinkley promptly deposits that 0-2 pitch into center field.
Brooks Colvin the batter now. Brinkley with good speed at first. Nasby okay speed at second. And Colvin's pitch high for a ball. Brooks Colvin doubled in the first inning. Colvin booed robustly every time he makes his way to the plate. Tell you why. And Rodrigue delivers the 1-0, and it's a strike 1-1. The other night, in the first game that SMS played against Coastal Carolina, Colvin came out on deck and turned over the N in the on-deck circle before taking his swings. Had a big grin on his face. That got some Nebraska fans upset, and thus they've booed him every time he's come up since then. Colvin wraps it right at Alex Gordon for the second out.
Just reaction right here. Alex Gordon, the third baseman, hot corner. I think Colvin's out before he drops it down. He dropped it pretty quick there, but Alex Gordon right in the way, right to him. Hit so well. Fortunately, he is there, because if that gets by, that's a run for sure. But as it is now, it's 2 outs for SMS, and that'll bring up their only left-handed hitter, Rick Wilson.
3 homers, 31 RBI on the year for Wilson, a .273 hitter. Grounded out to Matt Hopper in the first inning. And he looks at a pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Rick Wilson. Clay Wheeler, the cleanup man, the DH, waiting on deck to try to get a swing here on Jamie Rodrigue. 2 out, top of the third, 6-0 Nebraska. If Nebraska hangs on, we will play a second game today, which of course we'll have for you right here. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes now on Wilson. Clouds beginning to move in Lincoln. The sky is becoming overcast. A warm day, though. A little warmer than projected here. Temps near 80 degrees now. Runner at second is Pummel. Brinkley at first. And the pitch is downstairs. Ball 3, 3-0 the count. Pummel at second, Brinkley at first. And Rodrigue behind 3-0 on the only lefty in the lineup.
Yeah, these are things that they cause you a little bit of concern. You've got a 6-run lead, so you don't want to be too terribly worried about it. But again, throw strikes. You don't like to go 3-0. Give the hitter this opportunity here, as it'll be ball 4 now.
Well, and a big opportunity here for the Bears with the bases loaded and the cleanup hitter up in Clay Wheeler. Rob Childress, Nebraska's pitching coach, taking careful notes in the dugout as to what Jamie Rodrigue is doing. 2 down in the inning. And a real threat here for the Bears as they have the bases loaded and Clay Wheeler up. And the Bears would love to break through here and answer some of those runs the Huskers put up in the last half inning. Wheeler, the .330 hitter. First pitch swinging. Chopper deep in the hole. Simakaitis up. Long throw across the diamond, and it is not in time. He threw off the bag. Hopper's foot pulled off, and it's 6-1 now. The first run of the game scored by SMS.
Tough play for everybody there. That ball hit in one of those gray areas in terms of location and speed, actually. And Joe trying to give the old college strike, get it over there, and just barely misses him over there. Good stretch by Hopper to try to record the out, but he does not. So for SMS, they're on the board now. They've cracked the ice, and they're trying to crack it even further right here with their next hitter, Sean Markham, and he's a tough kid.
Down the line, foul ball, 0-1 on Markham. He went 2 for 4 against Nebraska yesterday. Knocked in a run in the 4-2 victory for SMS over Nebraska. 0 for 1 here today.
This kid, though, what I like about him, Kevin, is he's just savvy. He's just got that savvy look to him. He's experienced. Been around the ballpark a number of times as that changeup just misses outside. But he's been around the ballpark a number of years, and he's just a savvy baseball player. As just misses the outside corner with that changeup.
1 ball, 1 strike on Markham. Bases loaded. Markham down the right field line, and foul 1-2 now on Sean Markham. Rodriguez trying to get out of the third with no further damage. 6-1, Nebraska leading. Keith Gutton would love to see a gapper here and get his Bears right back into this game.
But this kid certainly has the tools, Sean Markham, to do that.
The 1-2, sprayed foul again.
Hit .354 last year in the Valley, first team All Valley. Drove in 41 runs. And like I said earlier on, he just has that good experience. He's a veteran ball player. Staring at a 1-2 count.
Rodriguez ready. Inside, just misses on the corner, 2-2. Rodriguez thought he hit that corner. Home plate umpire Ken Grackner disagreed, and Ken Grackner is going to get the win in that discussion between Jamie Rodriguez and Grackner. He has the deciding vote.
Every time.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
No democracy behind the plate.
Smoked into right field, and that ball is going to drop for a base hit. It'll roll into the gap. 1 run is in. 2 runs will score. And that'll be a 6-3 game now, as 3 runs have come across with 2 out in the third for the Bears. They're right back in it.
Just laid the bat out there, did Sean Markham. Rodriguez trying to nip that corner again. And again, as I said earlier on, he knows what to do on a baseball field, and he did it right there. Hit the ball in the gap. Closed the Husker lead to 3 runs.
And the second time through the order has been much more successful for SMS against Jamie Rodriguez. Rob Childress on his way to the hill to talk to his left-hander. 6-3 now. Nebraska with a 3-run lead. That lead's been cut in half, and SMS did exactly what they wanted to do in this inning. They came back and answered Nebraska's runs in the bottom of the inning.
You betcha. And they're doing a fine job of that now, as there will be activity in the Nebraska bullpen as Rob Childress is talking to his crew. Steve Hale now down in the pen. I'll go down and get him loosened up. I still think Rob's okay with Jamie, but we'll see what happens here, the next hitter.
Nebraska's very deep in the bullpen. Everybody is rested. Everybody is available. As you might imagine, they might be anyway in a game like this, but both pitchers yesterday in the 2 games went the distance. Aaron Marsden in the loss and Zach Kroenke in the win. So Nebraska has their full complement of relief pitchers ready, and Steve Hale, the long reliever. There's Aaron Marsden, the tough luck loser yesterday. Marsden not available today. Kroenke not available, but everybody else is available.
Aaron Marsden, the Big 12 pitcher of the year this year. Terrific career he's had here at Nebraska.
Greg Mathis, the batter, grounded out his first time up. 1-0 on Mathis. 6-3 now. Nebraska's lead cut in half with 2 down here, top of the 3rd inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Mathis skies that one to right field. Daniel Bruce into foul territory, makes the catch, and that retires the Bears in the 3rd. 3 runs come home. 6-3. Nebraska still leads.
And we're back at Haymarket Park. The Huskers on top 6-3 after SMS puts 3 on the board in the top of the 3rd. Joining me now, Bob Rodriguez and Tara, which is Jamie's fiance. Bob, first of all, he started out really good. He's spotting that change. Ran into a little trouble there.
Yeah, the first 2 innings he did really well, and like I say, the 3rd inning's always a key for him. He struggled, he got through it. Hopefully he'll settle down, and give us a couple more good innings.
It's always been important for him to spot that change too and have control.
Right, yeah, that's definitely Jamie. If he can't, spot that ball, then he gets himself in trouble,
Yeah, Tara, I know it's been kind of an up and down year for both you and Jamie. Talk about kind of the struggle he had with surgery and coming back and struggling early, but boy, it'd be great to see him have a nice performance today.
Yeah, it's been a 4-year saga here at Nebraska, so we're ready. We just want him to go out on a strong note here.
Well, that's what we're all hoping for. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Larry. Jamie Rodriguez has had such an up and down career. Ran into trouble in the 3rd. 6-3, Nebraska still leading. Jeff Gray still on the hill for SMS, and strike 1 to Joe Gullion, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. 0-1 on Gullion. It'll be Gullion, Gross, Mullinax, 7, 8, 9 for Nebraska here in the 3rd. Sent high in the air to center field. Brinkley with plenty of room out there. And the center fielder makes the catch for the first down.
Dante made sure on that one, I think, Kevin. He was squeezing that glove to be sure that that ball didn't pop out of there like it did yesterday, allegedly.
Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney. Larry?
Guys, after he squeezed that ball, the two umpires turned and looked right at each other, both nodded their head as, yep, he was trying to let us know he caught it.
I watched him all the way out there in center field, and he was triply sure that he was going to make that catch.
Yesterday, of course, in the first inning, Dante Brinkley made the catch, was shifting it to his right hand. It dropped out. The umpires called it a drop on the catch, and Nebraska scored their first run on the alleged error on Dante Brinkley. Replay showed that Brinkley had caught it and was actually shifting it from his glove hand to his free hand. The umpires didn't see it that way, and it cost SMS a run. However, it did not cost them the game. John Gross, the batter. He drove in a run in the second inning, drove in Nebraska's first run of the day. 2-1 now on John Gross. Came in hitting .296. That average up a tick after the single. Now 3-1 on Gross.
He provides so much for this baseball team, in addition to the hitting ability that he's shown here this year. But just a lot of leadership, a lot of spark, a lot of toughness. We talked about the savvy of Sean Markham, the shortstop for SMS. Same goes for John Gross.
Gross on a 3-1 pitch, smokes it to center. Dante Brinkley, great speed on his horse at the track, makes the catch. Oh, he got a great jump, and he has wonderful speed out in center field, could cover a lot of ground.
Wonderful speed and a wonderful eye as this ball is hit very well to straightaway center field. Fastball down. Gross able to extend, but just not get totally all of it. He is a very strong young man. John Gross, 6 foot, 190 pounds, but again, he's a sinewy, very strong young man. Just short of driving it out of here by about 10 feet.
Jake Mullinax up with 2 out and nobody on here in the Husker half of the third inning. 6-3, Nebraska leading. Nebraska must win to keep their season going. SMS can afford a loss. They would then play game 2 for the regional championship 50 minutes following the conclusion of this ball game. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down in the third. And strike 1 to Mullinax. 1-1 the count. Jeff Lisey would be next if Mullinax can keep it alive.
Tailing into the right-hander again. That's 2-seam fastball.
Chopper on the infield. Great bare hand. Nice play, but he cannot keep his footing, and Mullinax will be safe. They'll call it a hit, and Jake Mullinax will have another hit here in the regional.
These things just happen in baseball sometime. Excellent play here by Gray, but those front cleats just did not hold in the turf. Turf is in fine condition here. Not a problem there. There was no problem at all that I saw, Kevin, at all with any sort of moisture or anything. But again, he just couldn't catch the front cleats in the turf and slip down, and that's it. Well, next on with the base hit.
There's been no rain in Lincoln for well over a week, so no chance that the water has gotten onto the grass other than the sprinklers. Just lost his footing, and now Lisey will try to make him pay and fouls it straight back for strike 1. Jeff reached on a fielder's choice in the second, drove in a run with that fielder's choice, flied out in the first. 37th RBI of the year for Jeff Lisey. 0-1 on Lisey. His third at bat in as many innings. Mullinax at first, and the 0-1. Swing and a miss as he chased it upstairs. No balls, 2 strikes.
Certainly did. Fastball tailing out. And it is clearly out of the zone for Jeff. And you see that reaction by Lisey right there. And he knew it. As soon as he took the cut, he knew it.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Huskers with a 6-3 lead here in the third. Mullinax with a lead at first. Breaking pitch missing outside, 1-2 on Jeff Lisey. Lisey, the MVP of that regional 2 years ago. 7th round draft pick by Anaheim in the 2002 draft. He is Very happy with his decision, though, to come back and play his senior season. Chopper on the ground, foul, and it's still 1-2. It's a tough decision to make, Abe, when you've got that kind of money in front of you, but he loves college baseball.
It is, and he really made it pay off, too, Kevin, in terms of what he's accomplished here this year. Once again, chosen as an academic All-American, and not only that, repeats as academic All-American of the Year. Selected last year and this year as the top scholar among baseball athletes. So, and throw on top of that regular All-American praise. So, he has done very well this year.
2 balls, 2 strikes now on Lizzie.
I know Mom and Dad, Colleen and Bob, are very happy and very proud of Jeff. And he's, you know what, just like we're down there doing our stuff before the game, he's just a little bit ornery too, and I like that. He's just a wonderful young man. Kind of giving you a little stuff, giving me a little stuff.
He usually does most of the time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lizzie, chopper right at first baseman Scott Nasby. Nice pickup, tags the bag, out number 3. 6-3 Nebraska after 3 in Lincoln. 6-3 Nebraska with 6 runs in the bottom of the second. SMS answered with 3 in the top of the third. Critical inning for Jamie Rodriguez as he moves through the lower third of this order here in the top of the 4th inning to take you through the middle. Here's Adrian.
Thanks, Kevin. Great day to play baseball here. Great day always to play baseball, but particularly so when you're in the final stages of a tournament, especially a regional tournament. Everything on the table for these 2 teams here today. If SMS wins this game, they move on to the Super Regional. If Nebraska wins this game and also wins again in Game 2, they move on to the Super Regional. As Jamie Rodriguez on the mound delivers that first pitch into Tony Piazza. The power of this baseball team with the ball bat, and there's a nice changeup from Rodriguez that Piazza's way out in front of, cannot catch up, and the count quickly to Piazza is 1-1. Piazza, the SMS catcher. The tapper foul. Piazza from Cody, Wyoming, 220 pounds, packed into that 6'1" frame, and you can tell immediately by looking at him he's a catcher. Just look at the lower half of any baseball player, and the guy that's the dirtiest, that's the catcher. And that's Piazza. 1-2 on the way. Changeup on the outside corner. Lifted. Matt Hopper has it zeroed. And Piazza's out. Oh my, Matt almost tripped over there. He lost his balance right at the last second. Good recovery.
Matt Hopper calling for it all the way. Piazza reaching on this one. That's a good pitch by Jamie Rodriguez. Got him reaching across the plate. That takes his power away. And now Matt Hopper with an easy play, so we thought, backing up and almost backed up a little too far. But 1 out recorded, and Adam Pummel, the batter.
We talked earlier about Jamie Rodriguez's career as Pummel steps in. Here's the first pitch in. Curveball just misses. Crowd would like that. Jamie would like that. Jamie, his freshman year, was a first-team freshman All-American. He had a great year. Second team All Big 12 as Pummel swings and fouls one down the left field line. But in that first year, his freshman year, he was 9-4 with a 2.64 earned run average, which was good for 27th in the nation as a freshman. Came back his sophomore year 6-3. As he fires in outside to Pummel to run the count 2-1. But he has had in some respects, Kevin, a brilliant career here, as we talked about that game against Rice, taking Nebraska to the College World Series with 6 2/3 innings of great relief pitching, striking out 7 hitters as he delivers it over to Jake Mullinex. The ball is hit to Jake Mullinex, and we have an out over there, over to Hopper, and that's it. Try to get collected here for a second.
Easy roller. Mullinax with an easy play. And 2 down in the inning. Your thought on Jamie Rodriguez, it's his career has been so interesting because literally from one start to the next, Rodriguez can look like Cy Young in one start, and he can look like me in another start. And you never know what you're going to get from Jamie Rodriguez, except in the postseason, where usually he comes through for Nebraska.
Fly ball lifted to right field, but Daniel Bruce is there, and that's it for SMS here in the top of the 4th inning. Nebraska leads it 6-3. We'll be back in a moment.
Tailgating has become the fashion at the College World Series in Omaha, and some of those fans have brought that tradition to Lincoln. Earlier, Larry Putney checked it out.
Thanks, Kevin. We're just outside Haymarket Park. It could be a long day for the Huskers if they win the first one, and some fans are ready for that long day. Max Hasselbrink joins me with a lot of his friends. Max, what are you guys doing out here?
Yeah, we're tailgating a little bit before the ball game. Hopefully 2 ball games today.
Absolutely.
Go Big Red.
And you also tailgate during football. You like the football or the baseball tailgate?
I think we generally like the baseball because of the weather.
Much nicer.
More comfortable.
Absolutely. Talk about what you brought to cook up here.
Oh, we've got the grill going here. We're going to cook up some buffalo burger from the Casper Buffalo Farm and some hot dogs.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. You guys are all ready here. Let's take a look at what they're going to put. Oh, wrong cooler. Wait. There you go. Okay, that's what they're cooking up. I don't know what that other stuff. Hey, Max, thanks very much. Enjoy your day.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. See you guys back here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the last time you will see Larry Putney on the screen today. Thanks, Larry. Good report. Have fun. As Joe Simakaitis is the hitter, and he has run the count to 2-1 now. Jeff Gray still in the ball game here for SMS. Scattered 6 hits, or make it 7 hits for the Huskers here, but they have picked up 6 runs on those 7 hits. Ground ball left side. It's going to be through there. Colvin trying to make the play at third, coming across, not able to do that. It's a base hit. And the second hit for Simakaitis this afternoon.
Colvin may have thrown off his shortstop. Sean Markham was right there to make the play. Colvin, third baseman general rule is you get whatever you can get at third base, and the shortstop is there to back you up. But Markham was in a pretty good position to at least try the long play. Colvin deflected it into left field, and that allowed Simakaitis to reach with the 8th Husker hit of the day.
And that'll bring up Matt Hopper, the power man for the Huskers. 4 home runs in regional play thus far as he takes the first pitch down low. Hopper from Colorado, Golden, Colorado, played at Bear Creek High School. 220 pounds, 6'4". Cranks this one down, and head coach Mike Anderson is going to let that one go. He had great play yesterday, we saw from Coach Anderson. Got one with his left hand over there. Hit about 8 times slower than that one, though, but good play at best. Hopper now staring out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hopper on the day. A double and 2 RBIs last time up. Scored a run. Walked in the first inning.
1-1-6.
Trying to back him off there. He really went after the baseball well that last time with that curveball dropping down and in, and he just stayed right with it, kept his helmet right on the baseball, watched it all the way, and drilled a double. Fly ball lifted to center field, and Dante Brinkley is there coming in and makes the grab. You saw him adjust to the wind. The wind now is picked up again. It kind of was languishing there early in the ball game, and now it really is picked up going right to left as you see another shot that Hopper play.
Ball came in on Matt Hopper, jammed him a little bit, got it up the barrel, and an easy play for Dante Brinkley in center. There's the wind that Adrian was talking about. It's blowing across the field towards the left field foul pole. It'll aid a ball that's hit towards left center, may push it towards the shorter porch in left field, but it's not going to do much help, not much good for any other balls that hit in the air today.
Alex Gordon will now step in for the Huskers as he takes the first pitch for a called strike. Alex on the day 1 for 2. He was 1 for 4 in the ball game yesterday against SMS. 2 for 4 last night against Eastern Michigan. Had an RBI. Solo shot home run, a monster home run last night. And good job right there by Tony Piazza, the catcher. Knocking him down behind the plate. Keep things in order out on the base paths. Eliminate a chance to put a runner in scoring position.
Piazza, you have to be quick and you have to be ready for this ball in the dirt. Piazza did a nice job of staying in front of it, got the glove turned, was able to deflect it. Do anything you can as a catcher to keep that ball out in front where you can make a play if you have to.
1-1 is on the way. There goes the runner. Here's the throw from Piazza, and plenty of time. And the runner, Simakaitis, is out at second base on a great throw by Tony Piazza.
Obviously, the hit and run was on there because Alex Gordon would not have chased the pitch way outside. Perfect pitch to throw for Piazza, And Simakaitis had nowhere to go but right into the glove of Sean Markham. And Joe Simakaitis is out trying to steal. Second time he's been caught stealing in the regional.
That ball up in the zone, as we saw right there, and again trying to protect the runner. Gordon going after it, but it gives the catcher a little bit of an advantage there when the ball is up and away. You're coming up out of that crouch. You're going forward on the baseball. The ball's a breaking pitch down low. It's much tougher, and the runner's got a better chance to steal the base. But again, that pitch Taylor made for Piazza to throw the runner out at second base. And there's a single back up through the middle by Alex Gordon, his second base hit of the day.
We've been talking a lot about Tony Piazza, the catcher for SMS. No relation to the catcher and maybe soon first baseman for the New York Mets, depending on how quickly he recovers from his injury. Tony Piazza, his middle name is actually Mike Piazza, but no relation to the more famous Piazza catcher who wears the tools of ignorance for the New York Mets.
And he's got blonde hair sometimes too.
Yeah, it varies by day to day for Mike Piazza. Tony appears to be pretty much steady.
There are two out in this inning here as Curtis Ledbetter steps in. Nebraska leads at 6-3. They have 9 hits on the afternoon. Ledbetter 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. So Curtis Ledbetter did not play in the Big 12 tournament because of a slight shoulder separation. Back in regional play, in his first game back, he was 4 for 5. Came back with a vengeance against Eastern Michigan.
Good pitch there by Gray. Hit the outside corner at the knees. Ledbetter, not much you can do with that pitch as a hitter. Just let it go and look for one more to your liking.
Fouls one back to the screen. Curtis Ledbetter, Lawrence, Kansas product. Senior year in high school, named Kansas Player of the Year. Had a great career down there. First team all Kansas. How about Kansas? Let's try that. Set a school record in his senior year. He hit .627 with 13 home runs and 47 runs driven in. So he's been doing it for a long time, Kevin, in terms of hitting the baseball and hitting long ways and producing a lot of runs. Ground ball to the second baseman out there is pummeled. He's up with it and fires over to Nasby, and that ends it for the Huskers here. No runs, but they still lead it 6-3 as we go to the top of the inning. Great look at Haymarket Park here, Hawks Field. Nebraska leads at 6-3. Nebraska 6 runs, 9 hits. SMS 3 runs on 5 hits, and both teams flawless in that category. And the grounds crew taking care of this wonderful field. This is probably one of the most spectacular baseball fields in the country. Shares that distinction with a couple other baseball parks, the Invesco Field at Denver and Safeco Field at Seattle, in that it has the same sort of turf. It also has a sub-air system that creates either cool air when you need it or warm air in the early spring when you need it, or actually late winter, early spring to grow grass. So what a great place, a good testament to the cooperation between the university, the city, and private enterprise, Nebco Enterprises, to put it together and make it all happen here in Lincoln, Nebraska. As Jamie Rodriguez delivers the first pitch into the leadoff hitter with the top of the order, Dante Brinkley trying to drop one down at first base line. And Kevin, you and I were talking about just a moment ago, this is a key inning for Jamie Rodriguez. This is the 3rd time through the order now, the SMS order. They have seen Rodriguez at 2 at-bats, and it's key for Rodriguez, and it's key for SMS too.
Yeah, no question. You want to take advantage. Jamie Rodriguez is a very tough pitcher to pick up, especially if you have not batted against him before. The way he delivers the ball, he hides it well until it pops free and it starts headed towards the plate. But once you pick up on the motion of Jamie Rodriguez, you kind of catch up with his stuff a little easier.
Outside to Dante Brinkley. He tried to push it down that first base line. The first 2 pitches, they both went foul. Now takes the pitch to the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dante Brinkley. That ball goes down again. 2-2 to Dante. Dante, an All-Missouri Conference performer this year, first teamer. 2nd in the conference in hitting, 3rd in runs. And he has a 17-game hitting streak going today. He got that base hit the last time up as he swings and misses, strike 3. Big out for the Huskers and big out for Jamie Rodriguez.
Fourth strikeout of the day for Jamie Rodriguez. Second time Brinkley has gone down swinging, and again the off speed as Brinkley swings at ball 3 here. Just swings right over the top. Brinkley made his mind up to swing and could not connect. A big first out for Jamie Rodriguez and for Nebraska here in the 5th.
Brooks Colvin, the next hitter, looks at a strike. Hit a line shot his last time up right to Alex Gordon down at third base. Doubled and stranded at third back in the first. Colvin from O'Fallon, Illinois. There's another shot to Alex Gordon. Matt Hopper, and Colvin is gone.
Still a nice pickup by Alex Gordon, who at the beginning of the year, the real problem for Alex Gordon, I wouldn't say problem is the right word, but the weaker spot in his game was his defense. He moves well to his right. They wanted him to get better to his left. He has vastly improved his defensive game as the year has gone on, and there's a good example of a very nice pickup and a good strong throw to get Colvin.
You will not see a freshman, a true freshman, play the game as well as that young man has for Nebraska very often, not only in this league but any league. Tough player and very, very physical, very gifted athlete as Rodriguez delivers first pitch into the third hitter Rick Wilson here for a strike. Wilson out of Blue Springs, 5'8", 175. Left-handed hitter. And ball misses right there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wilson. In the tournament, Wilson against Coastal Carolina, 1 for 4. Against Nebraska yesterday, 2 for 4. Scored a run. He had a double mixed in there. There's a shot that Simakaitis has. And that'll do it for SMS here very quickly in the top of the 5th inning. Nebraska leads it 6-3. More regional baseball coming up.
Back at Haymarket Park, Hawks Field, the Bears and the Huskers in the NCAA Regional Championship Sunday. Huskers on top 6-3. Joining me now, Diane and Terry Colvin, the parents of Brooks Colvin. Now, I got to ask you, during the Coastal Carolina game, Brooks reached down, he flipped over the on-deck circle with the big in on it. What was he thinking?
Hey, Brooks just got up there to take some cuts, and he decided that it didn't feel quite right doing that on the big in. So he also told us that it seemed a little disrespectful to come up there, take your cuts, and be spitting on the Nebraska end. So, you know, let's take it either way.
Absolutely. Hey, Terry, what's it like to have a son that's a fan favorite here?
We're going to take all those boos as they love us.
Well, he's certainly responded well, hasn't he, Mom?
He has responded well. We're real proud of him. Actually, I think that maybe they're saying his name. You know, not Boo, but Boo Brooks.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good way to take it. Thanks very much.
Let me tell you, your son's a great ball player. Plays a great third base. Good with the ball bat down there. Academic All-American. We understand that he is also the kind of the team joker in a lot of ways, and we saw a little bit of that, let's call it intellectual humor of sorts earlier on. So Brooks Colvin making his mark here in the Lincoln Regional. Daniel Bruce has run the count to 1-1. Bruce, Gullion, and Gross will be the hitters, and there's a call strike to Daniel Bruce. He was a freshman All-American last year. At 299, had 5 home runs, drove in 41.
Take away the second inning, and Jeff Gray has pitched very well today, Abe. He has given SMS a bit of relief in their bullpen as well.
Ball down the line. It's foul. Just barely foul down that third base line. Bruce, the last month, the hottest hitter on this Nebraska baseball team. Raised his average up to the 305 level that he has right now. Hit over 400 in the last month. Hitting at a 306 pace right now. 5 home runs, equaling that 5 home run production last year. A little bit down in the RBI side of things. 41 last year, 32 this year. Man, does he play some defense out there. Fly ball lifted to center field, going way back. This one is high, this one is long, and this one is gone.
Daniel Bruce, for the 3rd time in the regional, sends one out. Way back in left center, 370 feet away from home plate, and Bruce gives Nebraska a 7-3 lead with his 6th home run of the year.
Long power, here it is again. That ball was right in his house. He knew it when he hit it too. youngster with a glove out there. I thought he was going to be. We saw 2 catches yesterday. People with the gloves. Young man out there with the glove, just not able to catch up to it. 7-3 now, Huskers lead. Gullion is a hitter, and he lifts one to left field, but that'll be right to Rick Wilson. I don't think Wilson moved a step.
Had him defended perfectly. Joe Gullion put it right on a line to Rick Wilson. Wilson liked that one a little better than the one he chased moments ago. Came right down in his glove for the first out of Nebraska's 5th inning. 7-3 Huskers here, bottom of the 5th, as they try to play on to later on this afternoon and work their way into position to go to a Super Regional for the 4th straight year.
Gross, the hitter, 296 on the year, 4 home runs, 21 driven in, and he is 1 for 2 on today with a run scored. Husker catcher fouls with someone back off to our right, no play. Got a feel for Joe Gullion now. He's hit the ball well a couple of times and right at people. He hits that ball about 8-10 feet the other way. He's probably got an extra base hit, but again right at the left fielder Wilson. Joe knows you just got to hang in there and keep swinging the ball bat. You're making contact, it's going to drop one of these days. So we spot some activity now out there in the pen as Gross is still ready to hit. Nice curveball right there, and this is 3-1. 3-1 now to John Gross, the Husker catcher.
There's that activity in the SMS bullpen. Paul Marsala, he's been up before in this game, got up in the 2nd inning. He's back up working again.
Ground ball to the third baseman Colvin, fires it long over to Ford, and or Nasby that is, and he drops it. Error on the play here, and I would expect to be E3.
See if the error goes on Nasby or if it goes on the throw. It'll be on the throw on Colvin. So Colvin on the low throw gets an error. He made a nice play deep in the hole at third. He has a long throw to make, but plenty of time with Gross down the line, and that ball was there, and Nasby just didn't pick it up.
You got to catch that. That's wow.
It's a tough error on Colvin as Nasby couldn't come up with it.
You've got to catch that as first baseman. The onus on the first baseman there to make that catch. Colvin, a wonderful play down there. Well hit ball off the bat of Gross. But Jake Mullinex will step in now, the number 9 hitter. And he gets hit right in the backside. Not happy about it, but he'll be a base runner. And you see the umpire there just shading it just to be sure. Hardly ever see any problems as far as retaliation in college because the rules are so strict. But yeah, it gets him right in the hamstring, or right there in the hamstring on that left side.
Feels like a Charlie horse right now for Jake Mullinex as he's got to stretch that out a little bit. There was no intent on the part of Gray. He just appears to be losing it. He's thrown a lot of pitches today. And you see Mullinex trying to stretch out that hamstring over there. Keith Gutton out to talk with his pitcher and out to lift his pitcher. Paul Marsala will be the new SMS pitcher. So Gray was sailing along after that trouble in the 2nd inning, had held the Huskers in check, but trouble here in the 5th, and that will prompt a move to the pen, and Paul Marsala will be the new Bear pitcher. So Gray is done, and Paul Marsala in for Keith Gutton's Bears.
Jeff Gray going to get a good hand for coming off. Nice hospitality by this Husker crowd. Take a look at some of the comparisons here for the team. The records, well, the Huskers have an excellent record, a little bit better than that batting average. Hits, about 100 more hits for Nebraska. And runs, the same category. Home runs, Huskers way ahead in the power category. Kevin, how about that earned run average for these two teams?
414 for SMS, 373 for Nebraska. So really the pitching staffs somewhat similar. The numbers in the power department are what really stand out as we look at those comparisons. And in the stolen bases, Nebraska with 90 stolen bases, SMS with just 62 stolen bases. The offenses comparable in batting average, but power numbers and stolen base numbers favor the Huskers, and the earned run average favors Nebraska as well. As you look at the new pitcher Paul Marsala, the numbers on Marsala on the year, he's 1-1, an 8.88 earned run average, 24 1/3 innings this year, 31 hits. He's allowed 24 earned runs, 12 walks, and 25 strikeouts for Paul Marsala, a true freshman, and he comes on in relief of Gray for the Bears of SMS. Trailing in this one 7-3 to Nebraska with 1 out in the 5th inning.
Marsala, the freshman out of Buffalo, Missouri. One of the top players down in southwest Missouri. Buffalo just a few miles north of Springfield down there. But 5'11", 180 pounds. True freshman. Going to see what he can do here against this hot-hitting Nebraska team. 10 hits into the inning. We're in the 5th inning here for Nebraska, and they have acquired 10 hits thus far. You looked at those comparison numbers and the run difference and the power numbers. Kevin, that accounts for the big difference between these two teams. And when you have about double the home runs, you should have exceedingly more runs scored, and that's exactly how it all pans out. As Comfort's now on the mound, Sean Markin giving the freshman a little bit of his advice. That's good to see. Taking care of the freshman, the experienced Sean Markin, and also the catcher out there, Piazza. Here's the way it stacks up. John Gross is out at second base. Jake Mullinax, who just got hit in the backside, he's down at first. We have one out here, and the Huskers lead at 7-3. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Jeff Lisey trying to get it going. 0 for 3 today. Grounded out his last time up. Reached and scored on a fielder's choice in the second and flied out in the first, looking for his first hit of the day. And the freshman Paul Marsala, the pitcher.
Drags one down the first base side, and he is going to advance the runners. Lisey on that, let's put quotation, sacrifice. Yeah. He gets the runners moved up. 2 outs now on the board, and that'll bring up Joe Simakaitis.
Jeff Lisey with that bunt. He was not trying to lay down the sacrifice because now there's 2 down in the inning. He was trying to push it past the pitcher and get himself on with a bunt single. But good move by Marsala. Got there very quickly. And there's 2 down now for Simakaitis.
Joe delivered back in the second inning with an RBI single. This one back through the middle. 2 runs will score off the bat of Joe Simakaitis. Joe Simakaitis, 3 hits in the tournament prior to today, and he delivers 2 today, and a big hit right there. Brings home a couple more runs, his 3rd RBI of the day.
38 and 39 in the RBI department for Joe Simakaitis as he greets Marsala with a shot up the middle. 2 runs come in to score, and Nebraska has plated 3 here in the 5th inning to open up a 9-3 lead in a game Nebraska must win.
Small ball activity by Nebraska pays off once again as we saw Lisey move the runners up. He was trying to gain first base, no doubt, but he moved the runners up with that bunt. And then Simakaitis delivers, and now Matt Hopper will step in to see what he can do. That on the day, 1 for 2 with a walk. The leading home run hitter on this ball club, Matt Hopper, also leads the team in RBIs. Big cut there by Matt Hopper. Looking for the big one there, Kev.
Paul Marsala going with a breaking pitch, tailing away and down. Good pitch by Marsala. Started up at the belt, dropped down to the ankles, and Hopper could not lay off. Good pitch.
Fastball tailing down and in. Makes the count 2-1.
Marsala out of Buffalo, Missouri. Pitched for Springfield last summer in Missouri. Helped the Slashers of Springfield to the NBC World Series. A lot of these Bears stayed in state to play in their summer ball as Simakaitis is off.
That's a delayed steal as Joe takes off, and Tony Piazza once again, the great arm down to second base. Nebraska leads it 9-3 as we head to the 6th. Future major leaguer here at Hawks Field, Haymarket Park, with Larry Pudney, Kevin Kugler. I'm Adrian Fiala, and the family is here at the ballpark, and it looks like they're out on the berm there. There you see the numbers. Nebraska leading this ball game 9-3. 11 hits on the day, 5 hits for SMS. Committed an error last inning, but again, what a great place to bring the family. Larry did a couple of pieces last night with people out on the berms as you see people now seated in the stands. Enjoy. I think they're right behind the dugout, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you look good. That's a good look.
Leave it off. I think you're better than the other one. So,
want to welcome everybody joining us today on College Sports Television. We're certainly glad to have you along with us as well. College Sports Television has really been your home all weekend long for NCAA regional baseball, and this is the regional from Lincoln today, where the home team Nebraska needs to win 2 as the #1 seed to move on to next weekend.
Clay Wheeler, the hitter, fouls one down the left field line. Wheeler in the tournament, 2 for 6 in the first 2 games. 0 for 2 today with fielder's choice and a ground out. So we'll make him 2 for 8 total as the Rockets one right back through the box on into center field. And the SMS Bears have a threat here in the 6th inning.
Real good start for the Bears. They wanted to get the leadoff man on, Clay Wheeler. Again, the Bears trying to answer some runs put up by Nebraska last half inning, and Wheeler gets the Bears off to a good start with a solid single to center field off of Jamie Rodriguez. Wheeler at first, and now the Nebraska bullpen will spring to life with that leadoff single.
Just the second time the leadoff batter has been able to garner a base here in this ball game as this ball lifted to right field, that is, and Daniel Bruce is over there, camped under him, out number 1. But again, just the second time in the ball game that SMS has been able to get the leadoff man on, and that was the other time in the 3rd inning, and they picked up 3 runs in that inning. And again, as we talk about, so important to get that leadoff man on as Bruce is going to record this in the replay. Greg Mathis will step in. Mathis on today 0 for 2. Youngster out of Steele, Missouri. Honorable mention All Valley this year. Came into the tournament hitting .408 in his last 14 games. He had a short slump prior to that. They looked for him for some power. Hasn't had that. There's a ball hit back through the box again as Mullinax jumps, tries to knock it down, and they may have the runner hung up here. Although the runner now is going to go on into 3rd as the ball is cut off there. Jeff Lisey saw he had him hung up. Released the ball just a little bit too quick because they had the runner definitely hung up between 2nd and 3rd base.
That ball hit the mound, went over the head of Mullinax. That was the big key to this play. Watch it kick off the front of that mound. Mullinax then cannot pull it down. Wheeler with a lot of hesitation coming around 2nd. Lisey doesn't want to get involved in the big innings. Simikaitis cuts off the throw. Wheeler hesitated for a moment, and if Lisey had a notion, got rid of it quickly. Might have had a shot at him at 3rd, but Simikaitis, knowing Nebraska wants to keep the double play in order with a slow catcher at the plate, wants a chance to maybe turn 2 and get out of the inning.
That's why catchers hit the ball so far, so they don't have to run so much. That's what this guy tries to do, and he has done a lot of that in the past. He is a good power guy. Last year, 13 home runs for this ball club. Led the team in that category, has 13 again this year. And again, leading the team, that's Tony Piazza, the catcher for SMS. And there's the changeup. And when Jamie is on that changeup, as he has been for the most part here today, he's extremely tough.
Boy, Nebraska getting a good start today out of Jamie Rodriguez. 5 1/3 innings as Nebraska's bullpen continues to go. Steve Hale warming up for the 2nd time today. But Rodriguez given Nebraska what they wanted. He kept SMS at bay while the offense got some hits off of Gray for SMS. And Nebraska with a 6-run lead in the 6th. If you'd told Mike Anderson that before the game, I think he would have taken it sight unseen.
Fly ball lifted deep to center field. Lisey giving chase in the gap over there in left center. Makes the grab. The run will tag up, or the runner will tag up. A run will come home. So Piazza gets the job done for SMS. He plates the run at 3rd base with that sacrifice fly.
46th RBI of the year for Tony Piazza. Got a ball out over the plate, reached out, put it in the air. And SMS with their 4th run of the ball game as Jeff Lisey just gets it back into 2nd to keep the force at 2nd in order. And 2 down now, top of the 6th, 9-4. SMS cuts the lead down to 5.
That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Adam Pummel. 1 for 2 on today, hitting .293 coming into the ball game today. And he hits this one to Simikaitis at short. That should do it for the inning as the play is made at 2nd base. Yes, indeed, it is. And the inning is over for SMS, but they pick up a run here. Our score is 9-4. Nebraska leads it. More regional baseball coming right back.
Back at Haymarket Park, the Huskers on top of the Bears 9-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and I'm with a true Husker fan. This is Jamison Meza from North Platte. Guys, he got on a bus on Friday, bussed in. Jamison is legally blind, has his dog with him. And Jamison, talk about coming here for the weekend.
Yes, I came down here Friday, and my Uncle Scott has an apartment downtown, so I just stayed at his apartment and just walked down to the Haymarket Park every day.
How nice is it? How much can you see when you actually watch the game?
What I can see is I have limited peripheral vision, so when I watch the batter, I can't see the pitcher. if that gives any perspective or anything.
Sure. Now, you came in on Friday and you're staying through the weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
And you said earlier you wouldn't miss this baseball, huh?
No. I want to watch them win.
James, thanks very much for being with us.
you.
Have a fun weekend.
Will do.
That is a great fan, Larry. Great job. Outstanding. Love to hear those things.
He is excited about this, as are most Nebraska fans. It's been fun to watch Nebraska baseball grow into a sport that really gets followed. Several years ago, there weren't probably 10 Nebraska baseball fans in the state. Now everybody's behind the Nebraska baseball team.
Matt Hopper, a line drive, and did he? Yeah, Sean Markin caught up to it over there. Great play by that youngster.
That's just great reaction by Sean Markham. You talked about him earlier as a real gritty, you're just a baseball player, and that's a high compliment you can pay to Sean Markham. He can pitch, he can field. Just a great play. Diving to his right, makes the stab, shows the ump that the ball is in there, and one down in the Husker sixth. Nice play by that young man, Sean Markham.
Takes away what would have been the second hit for Matt Hopper on the day, but as it goes, it is the first out here. The leadoff hitter here in the sixth inning was Matt Hopper. And Alex Gordon will step in now. The Nebraska third baseman, 2 for 3 on the day. He was 1 for 5 in the first ball game against Eastern Michigan, 1 for 4 against SMS yesterday, and then last night 2 for 4 with an RBI. Alex Gordon. Sinker, looked like a sinker ball, and it's going to be played over here by the pitcher Marsala. Well done by Paul Marsala to get over there, executed fundamentally very well, and Alex Gordon's gone.
Nice play by Scott Nasby. He doesn't have a lot of experience at first base for SMS, but he made a very good play. And watch the feed, leading Marsala to the bag. Marsala there to catch it on the run, tags the bag, and quickly 2 up, 2 down for Marsala and the Bears here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
2 up, 2 down, 9-4 the Huskers lead, and Curtis Ledbetter will step in. See what he can accomplish here. He's been up to the plate 3 times today. 1 for 3 and an RBI to go along with the 5 other hits he has had here, as this one is fouled down the line. Ledbetter recruited out of high school by teams none other than Miami, Florida, and Michigan to go along with his travels here to Nebraska. Some very impressive credentials there in terms of recruits. So that curveball right there for a call strike. Wonderful pitch by Paul Marsala.
Marsala's numbers not great coming into this regional, but that's a great breaking ball from Marsala. He has been very solid since coming in relief last inning for the Bears.
Little flare. You got a drop? Yes, indeed. Curtis Ledbetter hits that little Sally League single out into center field, and it drops in there for a base hit.
Second hit of the day for Curtis Ledbetter in 4 at-bats. He keeps the inning alive and got jammed in a little bit on his hands. Ledbetter fights it off, has enough muscle to just throw it out there in left center. And hit number 12 for Nebraska on the day against SMS pitching.
Used to say that was an aluminum bat hit with a wood bat. A lot of times you see that jam like that, and the bat is in splinters and the ball goes nowhere. Look out.
And there's Daniel Bruce, hit for the 42nd time this year. He's like a magnet for the baseball. He is the career record holder, and he's only a sophomore. And this ball, no question about it, breaking ball. Bruce just lets it come. He knows a breaking pitch isn't going to hurt too much. Goes right on the 1, and it's number 42 in his Nebraska career. 42 times he's been hit.
He's doing this without any body armor also. He's just taking the full brunt of the whole deal, Daniel Bruce, but part of his game plan, and he makes it work as Joe Gullion will now step in. And Joe, I think here, well, let's see if they try to move a runner over. But no, they're going to let him go away here, which is good to see.
Well, with 2 down, that wouldn't help too much.
Yep, that's right. I'm sorry. Lost track of the count there. Sometimes catchers will do that. Throw the ball to the fans.
That's never a good sign. Throw the ball to the fans.
One out, throw the ball to the fans, that kind of thing. It happens. Gullion, rocket shot to guess who? Sean Markham. And the Huskers stand 2 runners here in the 6th inning, but they lead it 9-4 as we go to the top of the 7th.
Well, some high clouds making their way through the Lincoln area. 9-4, Nebraska leading as we head to the top of the 7th. 9 runs, 12 hits for Nebraska, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for SMS. And a lot of action going on all around the country. Adrian, you've got some scores to report.
You bet. Austin Regional, Lamar leads Texas in surprise 7th inning. Lamar 3, Texas 2. Down at Houston, Rice, number 1 Rice against Wichita State. Wichita State in the 6th inning. Rice leads at 5-2. Hattiesburg in Mississippi, Baylor ahead of Southern Miss in the 8th inning, 3-2. And the first team to advance on to the Super Regional is South Carolina in the Atlanta Regional. They beat Stetson 9-3 and move on to the Super Regional.
Keep you up to date throughout the day on the scores from around the country. Here it's 9-4, Nebraska leading as we move to the top of inning number 7. And Scott Nasby looks at strike 1 from Jamie Rodrigue. Rodrigue with 6 innings under his belt. He's not gone longer than 6 innings since May 4th of 2002 when he went 7 innings against Texas in a loss. This year, his longest outing, 5 2/3 against Texas A&M on March 16th. So Jamie Rodrigue doing exactly what Nebraska wants. A little chopper back to Rodrigue. 1 down in the 7th.
And very nimble off the mound. You know, Jamie's a good-sized guy out there. He's 6'1", 220. Might be 225 when you look at him, but again, very nimble off the mound. Falling in the direction of the play. Away from it, I should say. And it's, again, a tough job to try to get over there and make that play. But he does. Gets that first out, that all-important first out.
1 for 3. Dante Brinkley stands in with 1 down in the 7th. Fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Dante Brinkley.
Did I mention the Baylor score, Kevin?
I don't recall.
I don't think I did.
Mention it again.
Baylor is in the 8th inning against Southern Miss, so they're ahead 3-2 down in the regional in Hattiesburg.
Brinkley down in the count, 0-2. Miami, I believe, still losing in that regional down in Florida.
Florida losing big time down there. Florida 11 and Miami 2 in the 6th inning. Florida has to win twice against Miami.
The 0-2 outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Rodriguez really had Brinkley's number today. Struck him out 2 of the 3 times they've faced off. And he's done it with the breaking pitch low and out of the zone. Let's see if he goes back there after wasting one high and away. The 1-2. Right to Lizzie in center. Lizzie still on his horse, has to back up and make the play. The wind got a hold of that one, and Lizzie had to run at the end to make that catch.
In sports, there's a drill called a karaoke. Karaoke is, we're not talking about singing either.
I was afraid you're going to break into song.
You run sideways, twist one way, twist the other. That's what exactly. I mean, this is a perfect example of what we're talking about right there. And Jeff puts a little dance into his defense and makes the play for a big out.
Breaking ball, strike 1 to Brooks Colvin. Colvin 1 for 3 today. 9-4 Nebraska, 2 out, top of the 7th. Huskers trying to win and move on to a second game with SMS today. If SMS rallies, they move on to the Super Regional. 1 for 3 on the day, Brooks Colvin. The 1-1. Right through the wickets of John Gross, 2-1 the count. Bullpen activity beginning again for Nebraska as Rodrigue, we mentioned his numbers throughout the year. There's a look at Tim Schiniger now up for the Huskers. The 2-1. Strike 2 for Jamie Rodrigue. He shows no signs of fatigue right now.
No, not at all. And again, that changeup working extremely well. There it is again. Let up on the corner, spotted well. Held up well by Gross.
Colvin smacks that one to right and deep, but Daniel Bruce has plenty of room. Makes the catch to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down in the 7th. Time to stretch in Lincoln. Huskers lead 9-4.
And welcome back to Haymarket Park. The Huskers on top 9-4 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning in this NCAA regional. Joining me now is a Husker fan, like so many Husker fans from around the area. Ann Walters comes in from Council Bluffs. She's a season ticket holder, has been a season football ticket holder before. You come down to every game?
Used to, yes to, but now I have a new hip and back surgery, so I'm not getting down here so often.
You come to quite a few baseball games.
Yes, yes.
Talk about what the regional's been. I've seen you out here all week.
Yes, oh yes. Hope to come to Omaha.
And you know a lot about baseball.
I've only missed 6 games in over 50 years at the College World Series.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So how are they doing right now?
They're doing great. Boy, and last night was a super game.
And should we tell everybody how I know you? Because I know you as Mrs. Walters.
Right, because you were one of my first graders when I taught school and counseled us.
My first grade teacher, guys, Ann Walters. And no, there are no more questions. Back to you guys.
Of course, Council Bluffs just up the road across from Omaha as John Gross smokes that one to center. Dante Brinkley on his horse, and he makes a great over-the-shoulder catch for the first down.
2 well-hit balls off the bat of John Gross, and Brinkley has caught up to both of them. This one hit even a little better than the shot back in the 3rd inning. As Gross looks at it, stares at it, hoping it's going to get through there. But look at this grab. Wow. Athletic ability to do that.
Some weird things happen in center field defensively. Lizzie and Brinkley are both having to battle the wind and the sight lines out there in the last inning or so, as Brinkley made that an adventure. Lizzie had an adventure moments ago. Difficult position to play, and Lizzie and Brinkley are 2 of the best at playing it. Mullinax the 0-1, and Marsala right in there for strike 2. This young man's been very solid out of the pen for SMS.
Really has. He's done a good job, freshman. Handling it rather well. Sean Markham, good advice when he came in to relieve, and pretty impressed with Paul Marsala here.
Strike 3 as he gets Mullinax on 3 pitches for the 2nd out in a very fast-moving bottom of the 7th inning, and now back to the top of the order, and Jeff Lizzie. Just a good breaking ball, and Mullinax right over the top.
This is a young man, Jake Mullinax, who's had a hot bat here in regional play. So again, a well done job by Paul Marsala on the mound.
2 down in the bottom of the 7th, and Lizzie looking out at Marsala, takes a pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jeff Lizzie trying to find his first hit of the day. Had a sac bunt back in the 5th that led to a couple Nebraska runs. The 1-0. Chopped on the ground. That ball will stay fair. Marsala up, throw to first in time, and very quietly go the Huskers in the 7th. 1-2-3, they go down after 7, 9-4 Nebraska. Well, the lights are on, and there are a lot of people home. 9-4 Nebraska with the lead here in the top of the 8th inning as the clouds continue to take hold above. The lights have come on here in Lincoln, and rain is in the forecast. We'll see if it affects Game 2 if necessary here in Lincoln. Nebraska on their way to forcing a Game 2 in this Lincoln Regional. They lead at 9-4 in the top of the 8th inning. If the Huskers hang on and win, Game 2 would follow 50 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. We'll have complete coverage right here on NETV Sports. 9-4 Nebraska with the lead.
Kevin, yesterday the Huskers just 6 hits scattered around the ballpark yesterday in the ball game against SMS. Today, that number doubled, 12 hits. Run production, however, 4 times what they had, a little over 4 times what they had. So very efficient today at swinging the ball bats like the Huskers know how to do. SMS now trying to make it happen here in the top of the 8th inning. Rick Wilson, that is a hitter.
It's a real great story developing on the mound for Nebraska as Wilson taps that one to third. Gordon gobbles it up, the throw over to first in time for out number 1. Jamie Rodrigue, who earlier this year had surgery on his bicep, on his knee rather, had some injuries with his bicep, has not pitched much this year, just his 11th appearance of the season. What a job he's done so far today. Rodrigue now 7 1/3 innings pitched, his longest outing now since April 20th of 2002 when he went 8 innings. He's not had a complete game since March of last year.
And the other point to make here, Kevin, after this pitch, which is a call strike, he's thrown 96 pitches now in the ball game here in the 7th inning, and he's gotten his team into payoff territory, as I like to call it. We're into the 8th inning. Comfortable lead, a 5-run lead. And Jamie, as we talked about in our stand-up, You know, he's always had a tendency to come through in very big games, and this is a very big game. Without this game, the Husker season is over. And Jamie has stepped up here, and hopefully he will be able to complete it. But SMS trying to make sure that that doesn't happen as they try to make something happen here in the 8th inning.
The 0-2 just misses on that outside corner, and Wheeler stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Clay Wheeler.
Little bit outside there.
Rodrigo reset time is called. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Clay Wheeler. 1 down, top of the 8th inning. Jamie Rodriguez spinning a gem here today. Chopper back up the middle. That'll get through past the diving Simokitis for a base hit. Wheeler with the 8th hit of the day for the SMS Bears, and a 1-out single will bring Markham to the plate.
Ball just beyond the glove of Rodriguez there, and then just beyond the glove of a diving Joe Simokitis. 2nd hit of the day for Clay Wheeler. He's their number 4 hitter, although just 2 home runs on the year.
1 out. Markham at the plate. Markham with a 2 RBI single back in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 3 today. Wheeler at first. 5 stolen bases on the year. Strike 1 to Sean Markham. Rodriguez given Nebraska a huge lift. If there is a game 2, the entire pen will be rested and ready to go for Nebraska. No balls and a strike. Down low, good stop by Gross, 1-1. Huskers with 6 runs in the 2nd. That's the difference in this ball game. They tacked on 3 in the 5th. Markham ropes a single to left field. 2 on with a 1 out for the Bears as the Bears try to rally here in the 8th inning.
Great job by Markham. We've talked about his abilities all afternoon. Showed it right there again, waiting on that changeup. They're just waiting on it. Nice easy swing. Doesn't try to overpower the baseball. And then promptly puts it into left field. So Jamie with 1 out here, working into a little bit of trouble. And from here on out, it's hitter to hitter. But again, we're in the 8th inning, and what a job he has done.
John Gross will now go out and talk with his left-hander. Activity continuing in the Nebraska bullpen as Gross and Rodriguez chat about the situation. 1 out here, top of the 8th. Nebraska leading 9-4. Tim Schiniger, who's been up on and off for the better part of 2 innings. He ought to be good and loose by now.
He looks like he's just rounding out there right now and getting ready to go as Gross and Rodriguez discuss it. Gross taking his time coming back also. Don't see anything as far as activity coming from the dugout, so we'll go ahead here. As we talked about earlier, Kevin, hitter-to-hitter basis now for Rodriguez, the senior from St. Clair, Missouri, taking it into the 8th inning.
1 out in the 8th. Mathis with the bunt, hopped in the air, but behind Gross and foul. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Greg Mathis, .319 coming into play today. 4 homers, 45 RBI. Mathis with a single back in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 today. Runners at first and second. Jamie Rodriguez delivers on the 0-1 pitch. Chopped foul on that third base side. And Mathis in the hole, 0-2. Tony Piazza waiting on deck for the Bears of SMS, trying to move on to the Super Regional if they can rally here in the 8th and 9th innings.
Mathis trying to pick up the teammate out there at second base, Clay Wheeler. Move him across the plate. He is behind in the count.
No balls, 2 strikes. Mathis waits. Rodriguez delivers on the 0-2. Sprayed down the right side, going foul. Does Daniel Bruce have a play in foul ground? He does not. And the count holds at 0-2.
Happy young man again with that mitt. Probably caught it right on the fly. Look at that.
That's why you bring the glove to the game. Get a chance to catch one right down on that berm.
He said, look at that spot in that glove. That's exactly where I caught it, right there.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 9-4 Nebraska. 1-2 on Mathis.
Good pitch by Rodriguez to try to get Mathis to go on up after that high and away ball. Good waster, as we say. A little artwork on the face of the hitter, Greg Mathis.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2 on Mathis.
The reaction by Rodriguez on that pitch told the story. Well, he really wanted that one. That was, watch it right after he delivers. He really wanted that one. Trying to bend that changeup right to the corner.
If he doesn't get Mathis, that might be all for Rodriguez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right up the middle, base hit for Greg Mathis. Rounding third and heading for home is Clay Wheeler. 9-5 the score now, and Jamie Rodriguez may have pitched his last in this ball game.
Great hitting here by Mathis as he was down in the count. Was patient, worked the count off of Rodriguez, and then drills one into center field. And we'll see a visit here coming now from Mike Anderson, and that will indeed be it. But wow, what a job Jamie has done today.
He will get a standing ovation from this crowd at Hawks Field. Jamie Rodriguez, who last threw into the 8th inning last year, hasn't done it at all this season. Rodriguez delivers the biggest game in the last 2 years for this senior, and Mike Anderson with a real word of praise for his left-handed senior. He got exactly what he needed out of Jamie Rodriguez today, and Rodriguez just flat ran out of gas here in the 8th inning. But what a performance by the senior, and listen to the crowd.
Wow. This sends a chill right down your spine to have this kind of occurrence here. It's folks in the crowd here to watch it all, and Jamie experience it. And Captain Jamie Rodriguez delivers for his Husker teammates.
Hadn't been there most of the year. Injuries had really ruined the senior season of Jamie Rodriguez. Came out today and gave Nebraska just what they needed, a good start. And now it's up to freshman Tim Schiniger to slow down the Bears, who are right back in this ball game. 9-5 the score. SMS with a couple of runners on, and Tony Piazza at the plate, and Tim Schiniger, the freshman right-hander, it's his job now to hold down SMS.
Schiniger 6'3", 215. The number's 4-2 with a 4.5 earned run average. Look at the strike to walkout ratio, however. A little over 6-1. You'd like that to be 2 or 3-1. 6-1 there. 32 Ks and 5 walks. Really an excellent job by Tim Schiniger. And again, Denver, Colorado product, freshman, as we talked about earlier on. First team all Colorado player in high school, played at Mullen High School. And he can dominate people, as those numbers would indicate. Fastball, great fastball. He will dominate hitters. Played fall ball here, and that's where he really made his mark. Rob Childress said he's a freshman, but he really did not pitch like a freshman during fall ball. And that's what put him right to the mound where he is today.
Tim Schiniger has battled some forearm soreness as of late. Has only pitched 1 inning since April 30th. So we'll see how Schiniger fares if he's got a little rust on him. And Tim Schiniger ready to go against the SMS Bears. Want to welcome you if you're joining us on NETV Sports or on College Sports Television. We're in Lincoln, Nebraska. Nebraska with a 9-5 lead, and the rain has started to fall in Lincoln. Huskers with a 4-run lead, and there is no rain shortening. The game will just be delayed if there is a delay. There will be no rain shortened conclusion. You play 9 in the NCAA tournament. 2 on, 1 out. And the pitch, strike 1 to Tony Piazza from Tim Schiniger.
His 24th appearance. I don't know if you mentioned that, Kevin, a moment ago, but again, his 24th appearance on the mound for the Huskers, leads the team in that category this year.
No balls and 1 strike. Strike 2, Schiniger with 2 good fastballs on the outer half of the plate.
Right on the corner. Piazza didn't like it at all, but quickly he is down in the count 0-2.
First and second, 1 out. Schiniger checks the runners. Now the 0-2. Just misses strike 3. He wanted the call. The crowd wanted the call. The only one who didn't want to call it was Ken Grachter, and he makes the call.
started that ball out of the zone and then tried to tail it back in. That two-seam fastball to tail back in and just a little bit wide of the dish.
The 1-2. Strike three swinging. Piazza the second out of the 8th inning.
Nothing but high heat right there as Piazza a little down in the dumps after that at bat. Boy, that was a great pitch. Great pitch to hit, too, I might add. And that's why Piazza was down in the dumps, because he knows that was a good pitch to hit. But he just flat missed it.
9-5 Nebraska, 2 out in the top of the 8th. The run across for SMS, and Adam Pummel, the batter, switches around to hit left-handed for the first time today, and Gross with a great stop on the pitch in the dirt.
Johnny Gross just knocking him down back there, doing his job. Those are the kind of stats that never show up in a book. Somehow they ought to, because he just saved an advance by the runner.
1 ball, no strikes. Pummel. And the ball gets out of the glove of John Gross this time, and it'll be a move up on the plate at second and third. And that looked like it just popped out of his glove and maybe a pass ball.
I think so, Kevin. It's, again, you don't see that happen very often with Johnny. Yeah, he just missed it. Kind of like sometimes when you think there's only 1 out and there's 2, and you make that call. But it happens. It happens in baseball. Happens in all kinds of things. But to shake it off and move ahead as the Kent now 2-0 with runners at second and third as they both move up.
2 balls, no strikes. Runners at second and third. Strike 1 to Pummel, taking all the way.
Let me tell you why it might happen. Jamie Rodriguez going to top at 86. Throws a lot of changeups, so your body's geared for that. And all of a sudden you get a guy like Schenniger that comes in and he throws heat, and you've got to adjust. Take some time.
Chopper to Hopper at first base. Slow roller beats him to the bag, and that retires the Bears in the 8th. 9-5 Nebraska through 7.5 in Lincoln.
The Bears scratch the scoreboard in the top of the 8th with 1 as the rain starts to fall here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Joining me now is John Anderson, ticket manager for the Huskers. And not a bad crowd today. Do you have any guess on how many we have in here?
We don't have an official attendance, but our indication is we're close to 7,000, so it's a pretty amazing crowd today.
And best crowd of the weekend.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Talk about how baseball has really exploded in this town, and can people still get season tickets for baseball?
Well, the tradition is growing, but believe it or not, there are still some season tickets for next year. There's probably a couple hundred, so I would strongly suggest folks go to Huskers.com and get them when they're available next season.
One more regional championship, and that may not be the case.
That's true. That's what we hope for.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Isn't it something to see how baseball has exploded as a sport? There's a huge season ticket base now for Nebraska baseball. At one point there was, well, family and friends. That was the season ticket base for Nebraska baseball. Simakaitis, Hopper, and Gordon, 2, 3, and 4 in the Husker 8th against Paul Marsala. He's been real solid out of the pen for the Bears today and has eaten up some innings for SMS. Keep their guys fresh for a possible game 2.
Just look at Kevin very quickly as far as average attendance this year. Over 4,000 average attendance. That's absolutely incredible. Remember the good old days when you said family, friends? We had 50 people at the ballpark. You were happy. As long as one of those 50 people was your girlfriend, everything was fine. But again, over 4,000 average last year, 4,100.
Chopper to third. Colvin, nice pickup, good throw, good scoop by Nasby on the other end. First out of the 8th inning.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 16, and Hopper.
Joe Simakaitis trying to get one through the left side. It's tough over there. You've got 2 salty ball players in Brooks Colvin and Sean Markham. Third base and shortstop respectively, and the good arm right there. He was prejudiced in the throw earlier on where he got an error. Definitely not an error in my mind at all, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Big swing and a miss by Matt Hopper. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. Marsala ready. Matt Hopper 2 homers last night. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. 1 strike the count. Looks like the rain has subsided for the moment. We understand there's a front coming towards Lincoln, expected to be here in about 40 minutes or so, or right near 4 o'clock. We may or may not have a delay of a second game. We'll have more information on that, obviously, as the afternoon wears on. 2 balls and 1 strike to Matt Hopper.
Just to finally finish up that idea or thought about attendance here, as recent as 1999, the average attendance was 950 a game, and then boom, 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 just like that, it goes up to the 4,000 mark. The highest average attendance as Mike Anderson makes wonderful play there again. Make a friend, Mike. There you go. But it has boomed here as far as tickets go. There's another happy Nebraska baseball fan.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The rain's starting to fall again in Lincoln. And the pitch to Hopper, fouled away. Count will hold it 2-2. 1 down here in the 8th inning. If you're looking ahead to the SMS 9th, it'll be 9-1-2. Nasby, Brinkley, and Colvin up for SMS. The 2-2 to Hopper. Fouls it back. And it'll hold it 2-2.
Hopper, the 5th-year senior, graduated this spring, and on top of that, he earned first-team academic All-Big 12 laurels to go along with all of the other baseball accolades he's been able to achieve this year and last year. Freshman All-American his first year.
Hopper, shot, Markham knocks it down, cannot make the play, and he throws it. Nasby able to make the catch to keep it from sailing into the stands, but an infield single for Matt Hopper as Hopper picks up his 2nd hit of the day.
And even though
it's really raining now.
Even though Markham was not able to record the out, what a play over there. I mean, this ball is hit like a ton, and he's able to knock it down. We saw Hopper hit one we saw a ball knock a glove off last night. But again, Markham able to make the play but not record the out.
Alex Gordon takes a pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes the count. 9-5 Nebraska, bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out. And the rain's really falling in Lincoln. They will not go much longer at this pace, I'm guessing. Down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. This field can certainly stand a lot of moisture. Drains very well, and the grounds crew here would get it fixed up very quickly. It can withstand the rain. We'll see how long they play under these conditions. Throw over to first and Hopper back in. Two balls, no strikes, 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Alex Gordon, real disciplined hitter, takes a hack at that one, and it's 2-1. It's amazing when you watch Alex Gordon to see that kind of discipline as a true freshman. That's usually an attribute that develops through your collegiate baseball career, but he has come right in and shows the discipline of an upperclassman.
And it also reflects the baseball genes that he has in the body. Talk about that after this pitch here.
2-2 now on Gordon.
Alex Gordon comes from great bloodlines when it comes to baseball. His family, his dad Mike played here at Nebraska. Brother Eric played at UNO, and of course his grandfather Charlie, head coach at Southeast baseball coach.
2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Gordon, for the 2nd out of this 8th inning, goes down swinging.
Fastball tailing away, that 2-seamer tailing away from the left-handed hitter, and Alex trying to catch up. It's not quite there.
Curtis Ledbetter, the batter now. First inclement weather we've had all weekend long. It's been a gorgeous weekend for baseball in Lincoln, but now the rain's coming down real steady right now. Pitch down low for a ball, 1-0 the count on Curtis Ledbetter. Singled his last time up. See, using anything you can to stay dry.
Hope that ink is waterproof in that paper, though. Learned my lesson long ago as far as what we do to write everything in waterproof ink.
1-1 on Ledbetter. We're a little more fortunate than the folks in the stands. We're pretty well protected up here.
Bet in some boxes where you're not, though.
No.
That's where Iowa State, I learned my lesson a long time ago, Kevin, as far as notes go. And we had a rainstorm. We sat in the back row covered by a holey, i.e. holes in the canvas. And we had some rain, had some wind, and it was a disaster. Just look down at your notes, and it was just a blot of black and blue. That's all it was.
Well, there was a press box just across the road in Lincoln here that would let a little rain in at the old Buck Belzer from time to time.
Oh, yeah. Very similar to the Iowa State setup.
2 balls and a strike. Low for ball 3. 3-1 to Curtis Ledbetter. And there's the concourses. That's where everybody's hanging out to watch this game as it continues. Everybody getting out of the rain.
Another beauty as far as design goes. You can go underneath there and do exactly what those people are doing. It's so to watch a game and get a pretty good glimpse, at least the first 2 or 3 rows anyway.
Ball 4 to Ledbetter, and he draws a 2-out pass. Runners at first and second for Daniel Bruce. Hopper at second, Ledbetter at first. Nebraska leading 9-5 with 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the rain continuing to fall in Lincoln as Daniel Bruce stands in.
Got to think in this situation, Kevin, again, the safety of the players is a large concern. Mike checking with the home plate umpire. What do we have? A
pinch runner coming in.
Pinch runner, yep.
Drew Anderson will pinch run for Curtis Ledbetter. So Curtis's day is done, at least for the time being. May play again if there is a game 2, but for right now, Curtis Ledbetter leaves, and Drew Anderson checks into the ball game as the pinch runner at first.
Pinch ready for the Huskers, number 11.
He's a speed demon, Drew Anderson. 110-meter hurdles, 300 intermediate hurdles in high school, all gold medal class, and he can move.
1-0 the count on Daniel Bruce.
Just noticed, however, the lead he had down at first base. You don't want to get too cute, get picked off down there. Substantial lead. I think Andy Sawyer's talking to him now just to be sure that you have a good relationship here. You know that first baseman is Nasby, the behind him there. You see he's playing way off.
1-0. Fouled away by Bruce. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nebraska's right fielder. Obviously, the umpire's trying to get this game in. It's the bottom of the 8th inning, and the rain really coming down.
The point I wanted to make a moment ago was, however, was the safety of the players so critically important, obviously. And if there's any chance of lightning around the area, these guys would be off the field and been off the field a long time ago. But evidently, that is not the case. So, again, they want to try to get this finished.
Late spring shower in Lincoln. 1-2 the count. Daniel Bruce swinging through that one. 2 down, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Daniel Bruce.
Huskers would dearly love to get that run in at second base. They have a 4-run lead right now, and you know what that means. You're still within range of the grand slam home run. You get that run out there. Second base, Matt Hopper parked out at second base. Puts the game out of reach as far as a granny goes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that retires Nebraska in the 8th inning. Through 8 in rainy Lincoln, Nebraska. 9-5 Huskers lead.
Drew Anderson.
Well, across the way from Haymarket Park Hawks Field, there's Memorial Stadium. August 30th, Nebraska will open its football season over there, hosting Oklahoma State in the Memorial Stadium field. Here, though, it's baseball season. It's really rainy weather over here, but it's the 9th inning, top of. Tim Shinniger trying to close out a 9-5 Nebraska win and send Nebraska and SMS to a deciding game 2, which would be played, weather permitting, 50 minutes following the conclusion of this game.
That is the key factor right now, Kevin, is what will the weather do? We talked about weather coming in tonight, later tonight. People this morning talking about rain tonight, but here it is. Not quite, well, just past 3:30. And we have the rain coming down. And not really hard at this point. It's okay to continue right here, but we don't know what the prospect is right now. We'll keep it going, however. Umpires control of the ball game. as the Bears face their last at bat here.
Scott Nasby, the leadoff man, and that pitch goes way back to the screen. Tim Shinniger trying to throw that one through John Gross, and he threw it right back to the screen. 1-0 on the number 9 hitter, Scott Nasby, who's 0 for 3 today. Tim Shinniger came in with the tying run on deck, so this is a save situation for Shinniger. And he's behind Nasby, 2 balls and no strikes. Last thing you want to do is start walking guys in the 9th inning.
Yeah, exactly the case.
And it's strike 1 to Nasby. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nasby, Brinkley, and Colvin. The last hopes for the Bears here in the top of the 9th inning, trying to win their way to the Super Regional. 2-2 on Nasby.
Nasby this year, 7 starts. We have a pinch hitter, do we?
We do. Justin DePriest is the pinch hitter, not Nasby. So Justin DePriest, the hitter. DePriest only his 28th at bat of the year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled back, and the count will hold at 2-2. So DePriest, the pinch hitter. Should mention also that Drew Anderson is in the game in left field, staying in, replacing Curtis Ledbetter after pinch running for him last inning. There's Drew. 9-5 Nebraska leading. The 2-2 to DePriest. Strike 3 called, and DePriest is out number 1 in the 9th inning.
Terrific pitch on the inside part of the plate. Look at that, right on the inside corner, big heat. Nothing at all DePriest can do with that.
Justin DePriest was just a 111 hitter coming in. 3 hits and 27 at-bats. His 11th strikeout of the year. 1 out for Brinkley. Strike 1 to Dante Brinkley. 1 for 4 on the day. Dante with a single. Run scored in the 3rd inning. Flied out his last time up. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Shinniger throwing darts out there right now.
Another fastball right down the middle. And as we said earlier on, he can dominate when that fastball's on.
Chopper to Simakaitis at short. Throw across the diamond in time for out number 2. And we're 1 out away from a second game at Hawks Field this afternoon.
We talked about Joe Simakaitis and his ability as a defensive player and controlling that middle infield. That's what Mike Anderson, the head coach at Nebraska, wanted him to do this year. If the hitting comes, it comes. Well, he has done that. He had a rough beginning in terms of the fielding side of things, but certainly has picked up the pace here in the last third of the year.
Brooks Colvin, the last hope for the Bears here in this first game of the day. Colvin doubled in the first. Since then, has not done much. He's 1 for 4 today. Strike 1 to Colvin. 1-1 the count. Got to be a big difference for these batters, Aid. You watch Rodriguez for 7+ innings, and then here comes Shinniger with a completely different style.
It's the same thing as I alluded to with Gross, as we see the curveball right there. The adjustment by the catcher after catching a guy that throws at 85, 86, and a lot of changeups to a guy that comes in and throws it plus 90. It's an adjustment for the catcher, and it's an adjustment for the hitter.
2-2 inside corner, called strike. And the Bears down to their last strike in the top of the 9th.
2-seamers sailing in.
In the dirt, they'll appeal to first. No, says first base umpire Kevin Gilmore, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Brooks Colvin.
Shinniger trying to cross him up as far as the fastball goes. He had a let-up pitch there. I'm not sure if that was a slider or change.
The 3-2 popped in the air. Shortstop Joe Simakaitis is there. And let's play 2. Nebraska wins game 1, 9-5 over the SMS Bears. Game 2 will start in just under an hour. Huskers win it 9-5. Back in a moment. Lou Spry is the gentleman in the striped shirt. He is the NCAA representative here at the regional, talking with Butch Hugg, the gentleman in the red jacket, and Dan Bergstrom, the groundskeeper here at Hawks Field. They're determining right now what they should do. Do they put the tarp on the field, Do they work on the field? They're trying to get an idea of what the rain is going to do as to when we will start Game 2 today between Nebraska and SMS. The Bears and the Huskers will get set for Game 2 coming up in a moment. Larry Putney was peeking his head into the conversation, and he has all the details on what's happening. Larry?
Well, both coaches, Lou Spry, Dan Bergstrom, all down here talking about what's going on. They've looked at the radar. They say the rain is through. They're not even going to tarp the field, and we got a 4:30 start for Game 2.
All right, well, there we go. 4:30 start, and it all comes down to one game, Adrian Fiala, for Nebraska and SMS. The championship game will start at 4:30 for the Lincoln Regional between these two teams, now on even footing.
Absolutely, Kevin. It all boils down to pitching. I think Nebraska's deep in the pitching side of things, and that really is where it all rests. Phil Sherrick is the likely candidate here. We'll see if that happens, but pitching is really where it rests right now for both teams.
More coming from Hawks Field in Lincoln. Stick around. Nebraska wins Game 1, 9-5.
NETV sports coverage of the 2003 NCAA Baseball Regionals is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Heart Institute, a provider of heart and vascular care at sites throughout Nebraska. A hospital dedicated to heart patients now located at 91st and Highway 2 in Lincoln. Fairbury Brand Meats, from home plate to your plate. Information available at fairburybrand.com. And by Pinnacle Sports Productions, home of Husker radio broadcasts.
2 expeditions, a century apart. 1 destination, Alaska. The Harriman, Alaska expedition retraced. Coming soon to PBS.
Coming soon to NETV. You're watching NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
The box score.
Yeah. 9-5, Nebraska wins Game 1, forces a Game 2 to decide who represents the Lincoln Regional in the Super Regionals. Nebraska wins at 9-5 today. Game 2 will start at 4:30 Central Time. So we will step aside here for a few moments and return at 4:25 Central Time. The teams will switch dugouts, and Nebraska will become the visitors. The Bears will become the home team, and all the action begins at 4:30. We'll see you back here at 4:25. So now for Larry Putney, Adrian Fiala, and our entire Nebraska ETV sports production crew, I'm Kevin Kugler. Until 4:25, so long from Lincoln, Nebraska.